Dan has paid for my sub for 2 whole years.
Tribe train.
Hello, everybody! I'm here with my buddy LawyerDog, and we're here to talk about a convention that we went to, and it was a lot of fun. How you doing, LawyerDog?
I'm holding on.
Hell yeah.
I'm so ready.
Firmly grasp the captioner. But yeah, hope everyone's been having a good day. Nice Saturday. We had farewell tacos with Mr. Cat underscores because he's continuing his globe-trotting adventures.
He's going directly to Mars. He's gonna check it out, see if there's any furry conventions over there.
And then he's just gonna not go to them out of spite.
Mr. I hate furry conventions immediately going to another furry convention.
as he would. But yeah, we've we had a real good time at MFF, and I'm glad that I've got a co-host to help me chat about it, because there was some prime convention time that I just passed the fuck out.
Supposedly I could use a little more gain.
LawyerDog could use a little
shit,
more.
That's actually real. That's a real comment. They're true.
Wow. I'm turning dog up. How about you say something?
I'll say everything. You can't stop me from saying things.
I'm gonna continue turning you up. We are now at equal volumes.
Crank it, baby.
I cannot turn you up anymore without breaking out the voice meter, which may crangle you a little bit.
I think it's probably good now. I don't know. It sounds better. It sounds closer at least.
Cool.
It's probably fine.
Crangle that dog. No.
Crangle that dog.
Last time I had him crangled, he said that I crangled him and he didn't like it. You crashed right after MFF, slept from midnight to 2 p.m. Yeah, after I got back from MFF, my sleep schedule immediately went to worse than it has been in a while.
Yeah.
It got very bad very quickly. Oh no.
I had to crangle that dog.
He has become Orb.
It's important to become Orb every once in a while.
So I have Power Wash Simulator up, but as I was getting everything else going, I was realizing, like, do I care? Do I care about Power Wash Simulator? Because we've got a lot to talk about.
We've got a couple things, I guess.
How do you mess up your sleep schedule so bad over one day? Brother,
It's impressive. It's so impressive.
I have no idea how it happened, but it happened
Best
hard
ever.
and fast. It went crazy immediately. We got back and I tried to have a nap, and then I slept for 4 hours, and then I went to bed kinda close to a reasonable time, and I slept for like 10 hours.
That's not what you want to do.
It didn't go well.
Have you considered sleeping good instead of bad?
I've tried. Melatonin is magic. Yeah, I just need to slam some cool drug gummies. The delicious melatonin gummies. Oh, right.
Drugs
There's...
are cool. I
So-
stand by this.
We got some notifications. Thank you, Lana, for the resub, Monitor for the resub, Cult for the 100 bits, and everyone for the follows so far. Dorimu, Champion, Descentine, and Theopho. So... where should we begin?
Probably the first day. The old Thursday. We took a train.
Yeah, so we had a pretty early train on Thursday, so we were all pretty sleepy boys. Two of our party companions, Colt and Burke, ended up booking a room a day earlier. So they had taken the trip the day before, and Cat underscores was just... He just took that trip over there just for fun one day. Just to see what it was like.
Sometimes you just gotta take a fun train for funsies.
He just goes on adventures.
He's a little adventure boy.
What was the cursed thing that everyone disavows the con for? I don't think there was one. Thank you for the follow, Juniper. I haven't heard of any... Well, okay, there was one thing. There was the Applejack, but we'll get to the Applejack.
The Applejack is blessed.
The Applejack was great, and it could have been a problem, but the person who said that it might be a problem was lying. So, we'll get there.
People were just mistaken.
Yeah.
It was an easy mistake to make.
It was a very understandable mistake to make. There was the Vor art trade, but that wasn't cursed. Yeah, no, that went well, all things considered. But we'll get to it. So
that was an event.
We took a train to Chicago, and because we were going to be on the train long enough, they were just like, just get into business class. So we got some hot seat upgrades, and then
it was a downgrade. Business class sucks. Coach is better.
The business class seats were actually kind of bad, but we did have more personal space. So, like the seats were like way more firm than you would want. I remember riding coach one time when the roads were too icy for Lago to pick me up, and the coach seats were like super comfy. I fell right asleep in them. The business class seats, I tried to do a little bit of napping. I think I did, but I don't really remember it.
More like the coacha seats.
Ooh!
Your name's Coacha. Your little guy's Coacha. Get it?
The coacha seats. Oh yeah, so the train ride was fine. It was a fun experience getting to see just how everywhere in Illinois is the same. It's either a cornfield.
In Chicago, we got cool graffiti like "Be Gay, Do Crimes" written in like neon green on a building.
Yeah. So once we got close to Chicago, we got some cool urban architecture and fun graffiti to look at. But for most of the train ride, it was it was hey, do you like cornfields? Because we got cornfields. Illinois is structured like a city skyline city. Cornfields immediately next to high-rise apartments.
That's the life, baby. People love corn. Have you heard about this stuff?
Oh, baby. Gotta love it.
The high-rises are made out of corn. It's just convenient to have it close by to build it with.
Yeah, that's why they call Chicago the Corn Maze.
They do say that a lot about it. They call it the Corny City.
Illinois uses high-rise apartments as scarecrows for their corn. Yeah. We got to Chicago, and then we had... So it was like a 3 to 4 hour train ride, and then a 5-minute walk to the subway, and then a 45-minute to an hour-ish ride on the subway. While we were on the train, we got some unfortunate smells from like the brakes of the train. The brake fluids they use smell quite bad.
They gotta go back to asbestos. Forget this new stuff. We gotta go back to the classic.
So we had some bad smells there, and then we get onto the subway, and someone had just like smoked a cigarette on there. Like we got on as the person who smoked the cigarette was getting off. It was bad. So we were just sitting in cigarette subway car for the whole trip. But thankfully it was not really crowded at all, so we didn't have to try and like nestle in with a bunch of strangers or anything. Plus we had a bunch of bags, which were good at keeping people from trying to sit next to us. Kind of like the CTA. The CTA didn't like you. So the return trip was a lot better for the subway and for the train, I think.
Yeah, the train was way better on the way back.
Yeah,
so we got to sit in the cool coach seats instead of business class.
No, we were still in business class. We just got a table. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the train is.
I'm pretty sure most of coach is 3 seats instead of 2.
Those are whiskers, Toast.
Yeah, he's got whiskers! Whiskers Dingo, that's him.
Yeah. Just the famous Whiskers Dingo right here in the flesh.
The real Whiskers Dingo? So, it was kind of funny just being on the streets of Chicago for a grand total of like 5 minutes on the way over there. Because I did a family vacation in Chicago. Chicago is a really cool city. I like Chicago a lot. So it was just like, we got to see a block, maybe a block and a half. And then we were on the subway. So, we got there and heard tell that... Wait, was there a badge line available on Thursday? There was, right?
There was, we just didn't do it. Right?
Yeah, so by the time we had gotten there, like, all of us had not gotten nearly enough sleep and didn't really sleep much on the train.
I was doing great. I was perfect.
We got to the hotel, and we were in the main hotel, which was great. Like, you always want at least one friend hanging out in the main hotel, having a room in the main hotel, because the convenience of just like, hey, I'm just gonna go drop off my bag in your room while we're hanging out here or at the convention center or anything, because there's a skywalk between the main hotel and the convention center. So, if I were brave... Yeah. If I were brave, I could have worn shorts some of those days, but I was not brave enough. First fursuit you remember on day 0 wasn't the first one you saw, but there was a boy kisser suit.
Oh shit, I didn't see that one, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't remember the boy kisser suit. Thought you were going to go to Chicago and be a tourist because you wanted to go to the Bean, but everything happened at MFF. Yeah, the thing about MFF is that if you're actively participating in MFF stuff, there's not a whole lot of time to do non-MFF stuff.
I mean, it's just a bean the size of a large bean.
It is silver.
It's just a very large bean. We've got bean at home, just small. Just look really close at a little bean. That's the same as big bean.
Right. When we got off the subway, we like left the transit terminal, and we knew which way we were going because like a block's length ahead of us along the sidewalk, there was a fursuiter. We just followed the fursuiter to the hotel.
That was a very good sign we were going the right way.
Yeah. We knew it was follow the North Star. No, follow that gray wolf. Guide dog. Yeah, basically. So, we got there, we got checked in, and we were on the 5th floor on the catwalk around the lobby. So the way the the Hyatt Regency is laid out is every floor where there's rooms, like, it's not like a solid floor, it's you have like a ring of rooms around this huge atrium that just reaches up like 10 floors. So you can just walk out of your room, look over a ledge, and see like all the way down to the lobby. So it's a cool sight to see. And being only 5 floors up turned out to be a great boon, because
the elevators were fucked.
we started encountering elevator problems almost immediately. So the problem with being like on one of the middle floors, very Panopticon, yeah, a little bit. The problem with being on one of the middle floors is you can't get an elevator down, like down to the lobby, because the elevator is usually going all the way up for at least one person, like up to at least like the 7th, 8th floor. So there is always at least one person going all the way up, and then the elevator fills with people before it actually gets down to your floor. I need to restart my captioner real quick.
The stairs were a fun time, though. They were character building.
They were thigh building.
That's character.
Thighs are character, you're right.
I've seen furry characters, they have really big thighs.
Yeah. So there was also the problem of like trying to get an elevator up. On Thursday, like the day before the convention actually began proper, they did not have people like wrangling folks for the elevators. So we
were trying to be good bottom floor boys, which means we never got an elevator.
Yeah, we waited like 15-20 minutes to try and get an elevator up, but everyone was getting onto the elevator on the floor above us. So it would stop on the floor above us, and then because we had an up signal for the elevator, it would come down to the bottom floor, and the elevator is just already full of people going up.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was quite bad. Eventually, they disabled the elevators on the floor above us, but then, usually we would have to be waiting in the line for the elevators, and we quickly came to the determination that, fuck it, we'll just take the stairs. It's only 5 floors.
I started trying to convince people to go to the stairs long before we were heading towards the elevator line, which was very successful in saving us upwards of hours in the line.
Yeah, so, like, going up 5 flights of stairs and then having to go down those same 5 flights of stairs because you can't get an elevator down either. There was one point during the weekend where I was, like, trying to catch up with folks because I had fallen behind, like, I was recuperating in the room. I went out to the elevators because I was very tired at the time. I didn't want to take the stairs. And I was probably waiting for an elevator that had space for literally just me for 15-20 minutes. And then I gave up and went back to the room. Gained new legs because of those stairs. Yeah. The elevator should be reserved for people that need it and suitors that would pass out. Yeah, so once they had the elevator lines going, there were 2 lines that you could get into to get onto the elevators to go up. There was a line for fursuiters and there was a line for everyone else. Literally
There's also,
never
like,
tried
a
the
secret
elevators.
elevator for the people that really extremely need the elevator and cannot take the stairs.
Yeah, so there was like there were secret elevators set up that usually folks would be guided over there if it's like, you know, if you're in like a wheelchair or mobility scooter or something, like you've got some kind of situation where you cannot go up the stairs. They had
Fursuiters are fighting for their lives out there in Burkina. They're struggling as it is.
Yeah, no, just being in a fursuit is such an ordeal. Like, God bless our troops in uniform. Oh, hey, Feck.
Hey, Feck. Hello.
Howdy, howdy. But yeah, it was... I actually have some pictures. Okay. There are so many carts before horses here. You would think the horses would show up sooner because furries. So, we opted to not even try to get our badges on day 0, which was Thursday. Because there was like a huge line for like if you got a higher level of sponsorship, then you would have like a very early access line that you could get into, and there was a line to get into the line for after all of those folks were done. And apparently that line was gigantic. Secret lurking on the wrong account. Oh no. Almost had to bow out at the last 5% of LineCon. No.
LineCon sounds like it was fucking cooking. 1,700 people an hour.
Yeah, so last year, the lines to get your badges were like, until like Friday evening, the lines were fucking nightmares. But this year, they leveled their shit up. They teched up. So according to the fella in front of us in line, who we spent a decent amount of our wait chatting with, he told us that apparently the kiosks where they did the check-ins to give you your badge, those were hardwired into a network now, instead of having to like try and transmit over Wi-Fi, and that made like every single person getting their badge like at least 50% faster. And that added up in a major way, because there was very little just standing there waiting in line when we went.
When we were being helped, it was fucking quick. They were not talking to us long to get our info and get us going.
Yeah,
Unlike
just like
last year and such.
Yeah, scan the thing, look at the ID, wait for the thing to transmit, which happened like very quickly, and then got our badge, got our lanyard, and along we went. So, yeah, we had gone Friday morning, early enough that some of the nocturnal folks were not there yet, so we were in the line for like less than an hour?
It was about 50 minutes for us.
Yeah, thereabouts. It was totally fine.
But also, there's just zero line after like 1 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah.
If you don't want to try and get into dealers and like the instant it opens or something, you can just wait. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because no one else wants to wait. They want to stay in a 4-hour line and experience the coolest con.
Well, I mean, some of those folks were justified in trying to get their badges sooner than later because Bray's booth was a fucking madhouse, according to everyone that I've heard talk about it.
Bray's booth was like in an unfortunate position because it was not well suited to having a line.
Yeah.
It always had a long line for Bray trying to find time to eat.
He's too popular for his own good.
It does mean he runs out of fucking everything by Sunday and can just suit.
Bray's booth had a cartoon dust ball effect. Yeah, basically. Getting your badge early meant you could go get the stickers you wanted before they sold out, because they sold out before the end of the first day. Yeah, so... Actually, I could... Here, I'm gonna set up the webcam real quick. Dog, why don't you talk a little bit more about our Thursday?
Our Thursday? I think the only thing we did on Thursday, besides just like chilling in the room, is we went to dinner with some folks. Oh shit, Elgato? Elgato,
I went to the
no
wrong
signal?
scene.
I love that show.
So, yeah, before I set up the webcam, I guess. So after transit, everybody was hungry, so most of us went to a place nearby called the Park Tavern, and they had it all done up like Christmassy. It was like pretty chill sports bar vibes. We went around 1 p.m. ish. Haha. Woo! Check out this print from Jocado while I continue talking about lunch.
Chicanos are rules.
Hell yeah. So, Cult had looked this place up and was like, it's got good reviews, it's pretty close, and I was like, great, and I know exactly where it is. So we went over there for lunch. I had jambalaya, which I think I have a picture of? Usually I don't trust jambalaya this far north. It is very risky to try and get a dish like that in a place like this. But it was actually pretty good. I didn't hate that they called it jambalaya. It was jambalaya-ish. So it wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. So we had a nice lunch, and I think I have a picture of Burke's giant sandwich that he got as well. He's got big ol' sandwich. I think literally nobody in our group finished their meal.
I wanted to do a bit of saying the artist for jambalaya too, but how the fuck do you narrow that down to one thing to link?
Oh yeah, no. Impossible. But yeah, like the server was nice, the food was pretty good, and our server helped us hook LawyerDog up with some chicky tendies.
I had an old menu that they were calling the chicky tendies. They're like super specialty on their special boy menu. And then I get the chicky tendies, and it's like, oh, for babies, baby chicky tendies for you.
Yeah, the only chicken tender meal they had was from the children's menu. But that ended up working out pretty well. And then later on in the evening, after we had met up with some more folks, we had met up with, or we had met up with, or were meeting up with, Talks, I believe, for when we ended up going to the pizza bar.
For Thursday, yeah, the later one.
Yeah.
Talks.
Monitor,
Talks
Weary.
came in later Thursday.
Yeah. So we met up with Talks, Monitor, Weary, Ryan, a couple of folks. And
we
were
Tox's very special little guy.
Yeah, I've got a picture.
K.
Bam! So we got to see the K puppet in person. And it was so much fun. Just seeing him on adventures, just hanging out and showing up and having a good time.
It was also very funny whenever someone didn't notice the little K puppet and got jump scared by it.
Yeah. Like, either because of, like, the way that he was standing or the lighting or something, like, sometimes people wouldn't notice, and then they would notice, oh my god! A little guy!
The sheer thrill of seeing a little guy.
Yeah. So, we ended up at the pizza bar because, like, it had gotten to be evening time, and Colt was just like, we should go to the Park Tavern. Because...
Guy who's only gone to the Park Tavern. Hey, you guys heard about Park Tavern?
Park Tavern sounds real good right about now. We do make fun of him for this, but it is... it is a thing that keeps happening, of just like, well, we found a place. Let's just go to place every time.
It's a good strategy.
It's not a bad strategy, but...
Yo, shoutouts to the local maximum. That's my favorite kind.
Hell yeah. So, Park Tavern was good, but by the time we got over there, it was, like, pretty busy. But there was a place next to it, which was, like... It was a bar, but they did pizza as, like, their main thing. It was a little rowdier, a little noisier, darker, too. It was, like, really dark in there.
They were really dedicated to the pizza thing. I thought it was weird they were putting pepperonis in all the drinks.
Oh, right. What was the name of the place? Something Crust? Crust something?
Something like that.
It was just called Crust? Right.
It wasn't just called Crust. It said, like, it was something else.
I thought it might have just been Crust.
Was the name just Crust?
Yeah, I think that place was just called Crust. I thought I took a picture of my drink that I got. I got a... Oh, I think I sent it directly to my mom or something. Hang on, where's that picture of the drink? I got a holiday-themed beer, and it was really good, actually. They had, like, brown sugar, graham, or... Was it graham cracker or something? Like, might have been gingerbread and honey around the rim, and then the beer itself was just like a really nice red ale.
This dude just loves eating sugar.
Well, it was like every time I would take a sip, I would get another hit of that delicious rim, and it was really good. Ah, I do have a picture of it.
It was Crust Brewery. It wasn't just Crust.
For all intents and purposes.
If the name was just Crust, that'd be better. That's sick.
Beer! But yeah, it was like holiday-themed beer, and it was pretty good. They had like ginger up in it for gingerbread. It was a delicious beer. Apparently the pizza and like the other food was really good, but I was still kind of full from jambalaya. I was hungry enough that when they got pretzels, I was just like, give pretzel.
The pizza had like 2 inches of grease on top. It was wild.
Oh yeah, no, it would have murdered me fucking dead to actually have any of the pizza, but I did want the pizza. Yeah, it was brown sugar and something else. But it was delicious. So we didn't really do a whole lot else on Thursday. Like we got back from Crust and hung out for a bit and then went to bed. And then Friday was You know what MFF tradition I can't stand? That one pizza place everyone gets deep dish from. Starting to suspect they do bad deep dish. Giordano's. Yeah, I tried Giordano's when I was on a vacation to Chicago with my family. I don't like deep dish pizza. I think deep dish pizza kinda sucks. Should have trusted my Uber driver. Oh, if you got an Uber driver that's giving you opinions, like, that is often something worth trying out. It's not 100% guaranteed that they know what the fuck they're talking about, but...
No, it's guaranteed. Always trust your Uber driver, no matter what they say.
I have off. So, one thing that we didn't do while we were there, in one of the hotels around the convention center, there is a pizza place. It's Fire Brick Oven Pizza. Last year we tried to get it. Huh?
It's at the Crown Plaza.
Yeah. Last year we tried to get it, but every time we tried to, like, every time we tried to get it, they were closed. Apparently they were open, but we just didn't end up getting it this year. But the Fire Brick Oven Pizza is, like, it may have just been because we were absolutely starving to death when we got it, but the Fire Brick Oven Pizza was some of the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
It's pretty good pizza.
When you're at
We
Furry
were
Weekend
also really
Atlanta.
hungry, so it's impossible to say.
Yeah, like, that's the thing about getting food while you're at a convention. It's just like, oh my god, this is the best hot dog I've ever had in my life. Says person who has burned like 4,000 calories. Insanely good Chinese place near the hotel.
Special just for you that wasn't on the menu.
Yeah, they made like a weird like ricotta white sauce like that wasn't on the menu. They were just like, oh, we could try and do a white sauce. What do you want in it? Do you want ricotta in it? I was like, I don't know, maybe. I usually don't think too much about what's in the white sauce, and they're like, oh, we'll figure something out. They custom made me a pizza. And it was fucking delicious.
They also, like, semi-permanently closed for COVID after that and then came back, so who knows what kind of pizza they got nowadays.
Yeah, it is a mystery. Yeah, so... Friday, we got up bright and early to go hit up, and by bright and early, I mean we left the hotel room at like 10 a.m.
I was up and at 'em at 9:30, and I was by far the earliest person to be leaving the hotel room.
Yeah. So we went and got in line, and the line was just schmovin'. Like, there's a spot along the walk between the main hotel for the convention and the convention center. There's a spot where you can see into the area where they have registration. And the line looked pretty beefy, so we were like, okay, so it's not going to be completely free, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's not crazy in there. And then when we actually got there, like the line was just moving. There were very few times where you could just like set your bag down and just like relax and hang out for a few minutes while waiting for the line to start moving again. No, like we were moving.
No one even played CBAT this year.
Yeah, there was someone playing music, but
it was only moderately offensive music.
Yeah, it could have been a lot
CBAT
worse.
at the loudest possible volume.
So, while we were in line, one of the first things that happened while we were in line was I was recognized by a viewer. We had like passed by them once or twice, like going back and forth. And someone like spoke up to me and was just like, "Hey, England hat? Yeah, that's me. Twitch streamer, right? Yeah, that's me." And that, like, Twitch streamer, right, was the part that got me like, oh god. I'm actually being recognized. Who is this? Fucking capture. There we go. Yeah. So, it was DJ Nightfire, I believe they are a moderator for Durasoup, and they recognized me. So, you know, we had a hug. After the line, we hung out for a bit and chatted, and it was crazy that someone recognized me not as Hat, the dude in the Discord server. Someone recognized me as the Twitch streamer Hat.
Is that famous Twitch streamer England Hat?
So that was really cool. And then we spend a bit of time talking to the person in front of us, who is they introduced themselves as someone who made a corgi model for VR chat. Is that the England Hat? The guy from the Senbei commercial? We were chatting with this person whose name I forget, sorry. And at one point, as we were like going back and passing by the folks who were towards the end of the line, because it was like, you know, a snaking pattern. We were with Chol, aka Cat Underscores, and he suddenly speaks up with like more volume and enthusiasm than I've ever heard him express, to the point where he is almost yelling.
He was so animated too. He did a full-on pose.
Yeah, he like, this dude who like wears only black, is generally like pretty reserved, just suddenly goes full tilt and is like, "Is that famous Twitch streamer Chris Yim?" Just like loud enough that people around us definitely heard him exclaim this. And sure enough, there was Mr. Chesterman in the flesh, and he was like complete deer in headlights, just like had no idea how to respond to this level of enthusiasm.
They were not prepared for Cat's excitement. It sounds like that kept happening to them throughout the weekend too.
Yeah, he's been targeted by a heat action. Yeah, it's just like, before the convention started, the one thing that I saw Chris tweet was, "If you find me in person, do not ask me for my business card." And then later on, I saw him tweet about how, like, "If you yell at me in public, I will freeze up like a deer in headlights," or something along those lines.
They're so real for that.
So it was just like, I was also present. It was like, "Hey, like your stuff," but I was just like, wow, he just yelled at this nervous man. Like, with the best of intentions, but he was going full tilt. And like, Chris is pretty small in person, so he was just like, he was intimidated. But then, yeah, the rest of the line went pretty smoothly. We did not continue to harass Chris Yim, but Kat did address the person who Chris was with, who was another streamer that he recognized. I did not recognize them, sorry.
It's probably Sea Party?
I think so.
I think it was Sea Party.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Initiating combat. So then, after that, we proceeded to wait in a Starbucks line for almost as long as we were waiting in registration. That Starbucks was fucked up.
There was something way more important that happened before the Starbucks, and that's that Tox found a special little guy on the ground. There was a random pink worm on a string on the ground.
The worm! People were, apparently someone was handing out worms on strings, and so there was worm.
there was worm, and we fucking pogged, because there was a worm.
Everyone lost their fucking minds at the worm on a string.
Oh, you were given the worm? Preciously handed a precious little guy.
Right, we found a worm abandoned on the sidewalk. That's when we found the worm on the ground. Yeah, I also did not approach the person who was handing out worms, and I regret this. Were there any more pictures that I took? Yeah, there were like no pictures on Friday except for the food in the evening, which we will get to. Because that was Friday, right? That we went back to Park Tavern?
That could be any day. Did we attempt to try to go to Park Tavern?
Yeah.
I think we tried to go to Park Tavern and then ended up somewhere else or something.
No, that was Thursday evening. That was when we went to Crust.
Friday was when we had dinner with Talks and Talk's wife and Teddy and Test and called the Knacker.
Okay, so that was, if that was Friday, then yeah, that was the Park Tavern again. But we'll get to that. Because I brought it up because that was a thing that I actually had a picture of from Friday. So after we got back from LineCon and hanging out with folks for a while, Dealer's Den and Artist Alley was opening up at like 2 p.m. and according to people who went to scout out the lines over there, apparently it was completely crazy for like the introductory line. And then I passed out for a while. I just you want to describe this from your perspective while I start fishing out some merch.
Hat got fucking KO'd, so we were just hanging around, wandering nearby Artist Alley and Dealer's Den, looking at the Artist Alley line that was like 6,000 miles long, and just deciding to not get into it. And then we get a secret tip that Dealer's Den is open at 2:30, while all of the helper elves around the area are still saying it's closed. So we get to sneak in at a time that most other people are not trying to get in. And we start hanging out in Dealer's Den with a few folks were there. I was definitely with like Talks a lot of the time there. I had to stop by all the cool booths, had to go to Animal Art Crimes booth. Dude, it had a really cute idea of a sticker trade box where you put anything into a box and then you get a free sticker. So I put in a set of my stickers in there. And then as I was doing that, they saw the Brell sticker and plucked it out and put it on the front of the box.
The front of that box was like completely covered in stickers, like pretty quick.
So many fun little guys on the box.
So
gotta stop by the Kokodope and Jackadope booth. Always
yeah,
something for them.
Oh, actually,
as you can see by how Hat did.
Yeah, I went Saturday. I ended up not going to the Dealer's Den or the Artist Alley on Friday. But I had recovered enough by like Friday evening that we hung out for a while and that was cool.
Friday was when we tried to go to the adult annex and were in there for 3 minutes and left and never came back.
Yeah, so the Yard Sard was not granted a booth in the adult section, so just
there was never a line for the adult section. People weren't going there.
The only thing that I heard about that was cool in the adult section was that Gianni's character in the furry VR porn game had a dildo made of that character, and that dildo was present, and that's the only interesting thing to see in there.
Oh, does that work like an amiibo? Do you get cool things in the game for using that?
Oh god, if only. If I had known there was a Gianni dildo there, I would have gone to see it. I was kind of tempted, but it was like, I don't want to get my fucking ID checked to go look at a dildo and then leave. Apparently there was only
reason to get carded.
Yeah. There were some booths that people should have been getting carded to observe. Like, props to Gideon. They've been doing it for a while. Like, keep on trucking, brother, but Gideon's booth is never even close to family safe. Like, you could put post-its on, like, the actual dick, but
if you can't see the frenulum, it's safe for work, okay, Hat?
But that does not make it safe for work.
What?
It's, like, I got a kick out of seeing Booster Pang stuff on, one booth, but it's like, this stuff is pushing it.
In general, I think it's fine. I'm on the side of it's all fine, but people were pushing it.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying, like, oh, these people shouldn't be acting like this, but it's like, maybe a little more effort should be put towards, like, if you're not trying to get that point across, maybe try and lean a little further away or something. I don't know.
I think a lot of it is that they kind of treat the adult annex so poorly that no one wants to be in there.
Yeah, so...
Even if they are primarily an adult artist.
Yeah, like, there are some artists that just barely have any non-adult content that are just out in the regular dealer's den. But I think part of it is because, yeah, they just handle the adult annex really poorly. Just like, hey, us 4 artists are willing to go in on a booth so that, we only take up 1 slot of space, but you get the attraction of, like, a bunch of different artists. And they just
get triple the attraction of the rest of the adult annex.
Yeah. Because it's like, what else is there in the adult annex? Well, there's, like, probably 2 or 3 BDSM booths. There's a diaper booth. And then, like, Bad Dragon. And that's usually just it for the adult section, and that's just not cool enough to warrant people actually bothering to go there.
I also had to bail out of the adult annex because I didn't want another awkward situation like last year where I heard someone saying that they were looking for me, but then they went and started looking at a dildo, and I didn't want to interrupt them and say, yo, I'm the guy you're looking for. Cool dildo you're checking out.
Yo, cool dildo. I'm the dude you're looking for. Maybe getting the wrong point across. FWA did a straight up night market situation. That sounds cool. We're both going to A&E, and I'm really curious to see how A&E handles stuff like that. But I do keep hearing about FWA being like the other big cool one to go to.
Alright, speaking of primarily adult artists that were not in the adult section because the adult section sucks, a lot of the remaining time was spent in the Bray line, getting to Bray.
Yeah,
which had events along the way.
Oh?
That was when we randomly ran into Whiskey Dingo, and I got to give Whiskey Dingo a hug and exchange stickers with it.
Hell yeah.
And I also jump scared someone by accident because I was talking to Ish because Ish was hanging with us at the time, and then it was just like suddenly loudly talking behind them, and they look around, and then they go, "Wait a minute, are you LawyerDog?" And I got to give them stickers.
Wait a minute, is that LawyerDog?
Is that famous Twitch streamer LawyerDog? I love your Bastion speedruns.
Hell yeah.
And after 16 hours, we get through Bray's line, and me and Tox give Bray some stickers, and Tox's little K-puppet gets to do some sick fucking skateboard tricks on Bray's handboard.
Right, yeah, Bray always brings his handboard, and it is crazy that he can do handboard tricks in the Ollie fursuit. That is wild.
I think, like, Tox mentions, like, the handboard offhand, and Bray immediately pulls it out, like, for fun.
I mean,
like,
if I had
Tox
that kind of
saying
thing...
handboard, Bray's taking out the handboard.
If I had that kind of thing going for me, like, I would also do my damnedest to have that at the ready at a moment's notice.
Fuck this getting time to eat food. I heard handboard. It's handboard time.
I'm putting the sandwich away. It's time for handboard.
There's something much more important. A little guy on a little board.
Yeah. People kept spotting LawyerDog. I heard, like, allegedly, LawyerDog was spotted drastically more often at every opportunity other than when he was trying to find people.
I was trying so hard to be available, and that's when I was not ever found.
Here's the custom room key that we got at the Hyatt.
Later on, I was just hunting down individuals that messaged me and saying, "Hey, are you still here?" I was like, "I'll just go to you. You're all bad at finding me. I'm just finding you."
Yeah, I missed out on some fun stuff on Friday because my body just said, nope, we're not doing this right now. We're gonna lay in bed for 2 hours. And that was like a pattern over the course of the weekend. People described me as the coziest boy.
You were so comfy.
There were so many times where we'd be hanging out in the room and just like, I wouldn't even notice myself doing it, but over the course of a conversation, I would go from sitting on the end of the bed to sitting halfway up the bed to being halfway under the covers to being completely under the covers, just like my head barely poking out from the covers as I continue to engage in the conversation. There were a couple of times where I dozed off, but for the most part, I was still talking. Like, I was an active participant in the conversation, but it was like a bit. Like, I wasn't even trying to do it, but it's like you're cutting between two different people in a conversation, and every time you cut back to this one person, like, they're gradually just, like, more and more going to bed.
Happens to the best of us.
Right. I was a very tired boy that weekend. So when we were first going there, I was like, mentally I wasn't in the best state. I was just like, yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to MFF. I wasn't, like, excited or anything. Like, my brain knew that I should have been excited, because I love going to MFF. It's a great time. But I was not prepared. But I was just riding the wave anyways. But I think me going for nap time was just my brain trying to be like, nah, we're not doing MFF right now. It's nap time, actually.
Nap time's basically MFF. You can dream about furries.
By the time we hit, like, Sunday evening, I was hella ready to start doing MFF.
Well, good news for you. That was the day that MFF was happening.
Technically. Yeah, so my stomach was a lot better this year. Last year, my stomach was completely fucked up, like, all weekend. But my stomach was doing okay this year. But my emotions weren't doing super hot. But it ended up going well anyways. So, after missing out
Teddy
on...
Pim in chat is reminding me that we periodically got to hear about Teddy Pim and their side quest to find ducks. They were periodically finding ducks hidden throughout the convention.
So, someone was hiding ducks. And every now and then we would just find a duck. And some of the ducks were super tiny, some of the ducks were a little bigger. I didn't get any ducks myself.
2 people hiding ducks. This changes everything.
Oh.
I gotta update the wiki.
Apparently there was a secret thing going on where if you get ducks, then you're entered into a raffle to win a big duck?
I'm already in a raffle. I got a ticket to the raffle.
Yeah, I still have my raffle ticket from last year. I'm still bummed that I forgot to put it in my wallet so I could show... Jackpot. There was an opportunity
Jackpot.
where I could have gotten a
Give out
duck.
those tickets anymore.
Yeah, because now they are known.
Too known. Too much expectation of handing a ticket to someone and saying you're entered into the raffle. Which is a really good bit.
Yep. So there was an opportunity where I could have taken a duck because it was just left out on a table with like some stickers and stuff. But instead, I took this sticker, which is a cool cat.
Peace to all freaks.
So after the festivities of the Friday, where like I recovered by the time we were heading out to have dinner with folks. And like when we were first planning on dinner, it was like, okay, so we're gonna have like 7 people, and then someone in the group chat would just be like, hey, you guys doing food? Could I get in on that? Yeah, sure. And then that happened twice more, so it's like, okay, well, we need to find a spot on Friday evening at MFF that can fit 10 people and doesn't suck. So we went...
Doesn't suck? You're so picky.
Yeah. So we went back to the Park Tavern.
Hell yeah, gamer.
And when we got there, like, the downstairs, the main area, was like... They had music going, like, a fair bit louder, but it wasn't too bad. But the bigger problem was that it was very crowded. Because of course it was. It's a place within a 15-minute walk of a convention hall of a gigantic attendance convention. So they were like, 10. Yeah, we could probably fit 10. Give us like 45 minutes. So we waited, and there were some wavering wills among the party. There were some folks who were just like, are we really gonna wait 45 minutes? We could go somewhere else. And I'm looking around, and it's like, Crust was fine, but was kind of rowdy, and it's probably very busy. The place next to Crust was like Jerry's dueling piano bar, and it had a big neon sign on it that said, "Sing loud!" So I was like, okay, so we're not going there, because that's going to be a madhouse.
I was a strong proponent of the sunk cost fallacy. Always believe in the sunk cost.
The other place nearby, there were a couple other places nearby. One of them was a theater, and one of them was a barbecue place that was a proponent of live music. And so I'm like, all of these other places are guaranteed to be fucking loud. Yeah, so after like half an hour, Talk's wife had noted, because she wasn't at the convention with us, but we hung out because she's nice.
Yeah.
and she was around, but she wasn't like doing convention stuff. I think she was doing Chicago stuff instead. She pointed out,
who
just
can
like,
say who was in some of those fursuits? Who can really say?
Germa?
Germa was definitely there.
Germa was there. We'll get to Germa. We got about halfway into our estimated 45-minute wait, and Talk's wife pointed out, "Hey, is that a tiki bar over there?" And there were like tiki torches set up in like a little plaza next to the dueling piano bar. And I was like, we've already been waiting for a while. Like, I was all in on sunk cost fallacy. But it's good to know that the tiki bar is cool. Like, I think that may be a place to check out next time. But we kept waiting for the Park Tavern. We ended up getting a table upstairs at the Park Tavern, which I didn't know existed. It was very unclear that there was an upstairs bar at all. And they had just shoved a ton of like small high top tables together. And like it was way dingier up there. And there were just like 2 waitresses tending the bar, which was not fully stocked. But we get up there and it's quiet. It was like we unlocked a secret area.
It was a fucking miracle. It was so quiet up there.
It was so quiet. Like, we were the noisiest thing going on up there for a while. But over the course of us being up there, the music downstairs started getting louder and louder and louder. And holy shit. So we had a great time hanging out up there. Like, we had drinks, we had good food. Because the jambalaya went well, I was like, they also have shrimp and grits on the menu. I'm curious. So I got the shrimp and grits. It was fine. It was more... The grits were, like, not great. The shrimp was good, and the quote-unquote gravy was good. It was more like a stew. It was overall pretty good. What even are grits? It's a cornmeal porridge. What? What's going on over there?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Must have been nothing. So the shrimp and grits was overall pretty good. Better than I expected, really. I had a Mai Tai, it was good. So we hung out up there for a while. It took a while for them to get our check to us because we were upstairs. They just forgot about us half the time. Those grits looked like they were dealt out with an ice cream scoop. They probably were. Why do you keep ordering Cajun food near the Canadian border? Because the jambalaya was alright, and I was like, well, if they did an alright job with the jambalaya, maybe they would do alright with the shrimp and grits, because where the fuck else am I gonna get jambalaya and shrimp and grits this far north?
Just make it yourself.
I should make more grits.
Just get out the grit machine and start gritting.
So, wonderful meal. We chatted, we had a good time, just hanging out. All 10 of us. And I believe Colt ended up just paying for the table. Which,
Colt
thank you very much.
Started hearing about how much of an ordeal it would be to get everyone's credit card and just paid for it and people threw cash at him.
Yeah, thank you very much, Colt. Is spreading road salt called gritting in the US? No. Well, some places probably.
It's gritting if you do it right, you know what I'm saying?
Hat, are you a Big Mac because you're about to be bred in the middle of your stream? Thanks, Jim. I haven't heard that one before, but Happy to have you here. So yeah, as we were leaving the Park Tavern, we had to, like, plug our ears because they had turned up the music downstairs so fucking loud. It was like, what, 10, 11-ish? And
something like that.
They had claimed to be open until 2, but it was so fucking loud that it was like they were trying to get people to leave because they just, well, if we just play the music loud enough, they won't be able to handle it, so then they'll leave.
It was still too loud when we were down the street from it.
Yeah, like, we could hear it so far away. Why do you have shrimp in your ice cream? This was shrimp and grits, and it was fine. Like, I've had good shrimp and grits. This wasn't the best shrimp and grits, far from it. But I just don't get to order Cajun food often, so... You never tried ice cream grits jambalaya? Oh god. It's a lot. But yeah, we, the dinner was lovely, but it's definitely a good thing that we got out of there before they started turning the music up even louder, because we would have left with hearing damage.
Yeah. A shrimp did fry this ice cream. Thanks for noticing.
So then it was Saturday, and then that was the day when I started buying shit. Before I start tossing merch all over the table, do you have anything to say about Saturday right out the gate?
Got bagels. I got bagels every day.
Yeah, we got bagels, and they were like $5 per bagel, and came with a shitload of cream cheese because they ran out of butter?
Yeah, I got butter the first day, but I didn't notice they gave me butter, and then they never gave me butter again. I missed my fucking chance. I gotta be a cream cheese boy. They won't let me be butter boy.
Yeah, so I'm all right with cream cheese. I don't love cream cheese, but I will have cream cheese specifically on a bagel or in a cheesecake, and like those are the places where I'm down with cream cheese. But the first bagel that I had while we were there was the chewiest fucking bagel I've ever had in my life. My jaw hurt from that fucking bagel. But yeah, so Dealer's Den opened early on Saturday, so we got down there fairly early, and it was nice. Like, Saturday morning, Dealer's Den was nice. The problem was there were a couple of folks who just weren't there that early.
We didn't get there right when it opened, but we started heading over there right when it opened at 10.
Yeah, like, until noon. Like, it was not crowded. It wasn't, like, super rowdy or anything like that. It was nice.
Alright, Saturday morning in the Dealer's Den is when I gave away my one and only little guy doodle, because I ran into Punk Pega and they mentioned the little doodles I gave away last convention, and I had one on them, so I gave it to them.
Nice.
And I forgot those existed after that again.
Oops.
So they got bonus. They had the secret keyword of reminding me things exist.
So, shoutouts again to Cat Underscores, because, so I had bought, the train tickets for myself, LawyerDog, Acker, and, Cat. And I was like, if you want to pay me back, you can pay me back. I don't need to be paid back. It's fine. So, of course, Kat gave me $200, and Acker paid me back $60, so I bought a lot of shit before I started actually spending my own money in Dealer's Den.
got that free math going on. It don't count if you're spending someone else's money.
Yep. It doesn't count if it's like physical dollars was part of my thought process. So we got a lot of fun stuff there. So we got this print from Jacato, which was wonderful. I believe I also got I got a shirt from Kokodo. I will find the shirt, but I got a little kitty.
A little kitty.
Can the text? Hey, it's Zray. .storeenvy.com. So we got.
Zray had so much good stuff.
Yeah, we have Christmas ornaments on our tree from this artist, which was a fun thing that I did not expect to find.
They're very precious, and it's nice to... I will admit that the tree is a good place to put ornaments.
That is the place you put ornaments.
There's one thing I gotta give to tree. That's a good place to put an ornament.
I got a cool pin, which is not focusing correctly.
We have a year-long Christmas tree because up until December, Hat's like, well, Christmas is soon. And then after December, it's like, well, Christmas just happened. Don't want to take it down right away. And then by like March, Hat's like, well, it's already been up so long, might as well leave it up.
Oh. So, here was my badge. And you may notice that I earned a ribbon. Because...
Oh, hell yeah.
I paid $1, and I learned a pigeon fact.
Hell yeah, gamer.
So, the lanyard was nice. The snow days, and it was like almost in the 50s all weekend and raining all weekend.
So snowy.
So, I learned a pigeon fact. There was a booth. Super nice lady had like little felt needlepoint little cat figurines. And she had some other stuff. Fun little
sure
booth.
We have their business card in the stack.
I have no idea which fucking business card that was. I found Zray's business card.
That's basically the same. Yeah.
Not that one. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I hella don't remember which business card it was. Here, I'll shuffle through some of the business cards we got.
Does one of them say pigeon on it, maybe?
I hope none of these have boobies on them. Oh yeah, I got a second Mr. Kitties. Second Mr. Soft.
Kitties.
Yeah, we got dupes of a couple of these. Yeah, I don't know if I have a business card.
Well,
Didn't even play it safe. So they had a nice little booth set up, and they had a box, and it was like a tip jar type box, and it said like $1, learn a pigeon fact. So if you put in $1 into that box, she would tell you a pigeon fact, and then you would get a ribbon that denotes the fact.
That was their name. My arm can fly.
Ah.
They had a lot of cool things, little felt things at their booth, but the pigeon facts were very enticing.
She ended up getting like $6 from our group for pigeon facts. I believe my fact was carrier pigeons in World War II had the highest success rate out of any message delivery service that they utilized throughout the war. And they had something like an 85% success rate.
It was really high. I believe my fact was the one where they've been used for like over 5,000 years or something.
Yeah. Carrier pigeons, like, the only place... We're just giving out free facts, I'm sorry. The only place where there are wild pigeons are in Germany. Everywhere else, there are pigeons. They are descendants of domesticated carrier pigeons. So... Carrier pigeons are the homies. Like, we got dogs, we got horses. People don't think about the fact that we got pigeons.
Aha. A link.
Aha. Thank you very much.
Visual evidence.
Let's see. Oh, right. Hey, It's Zray also had a custom little paper bag.
It's so cute. I love bag.
I love bag. So, next up, stickers. We got a fucking lot of stickers. Cat.
You got some stickers out there already, even.
Yeah. Cat.
Cat.
This is another Lil Kitty piece. Hydrate or die straight.
It's a really good one. It's so true, too.
Boots with the spurs.
We bought so many things from Zray.
And rightfully
Those from
so.
Zray? Those were from Zray too, right?
Yeah. Cat with a little potted plant.
Yeah.
And... thinking about soup season.
I had to follow so many new artists on Twitter from MFF this year. I followed like 10 or 12 new people.
Yeah. Was this also a Zray? I believe it may have been. Little cat with a backpack. I'm sorry that I'm not like sourcing the artists on all of these. My memory is not as powerful as it ought to be.
It can be hard when you just grab a sticker and move on.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I grabbed the business card, I'll just remember that I have this business card and this sticker, and they're the same person.
Yeah.
And you don't remember.
Yeah. We got dumb bitch juice. And... Pss, 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 pss.
So many kitty stickers.
Funny you should say that. Got a cool lynx. Or bobcat. Similar genus, I believe.
Whoa. That's just like Blinks the Time Links.
Yeah. So, AC, their business card was a sticker. And it's like a nice quality sticker, too.
Yeah.
And I grabbed one while they were not at their booth, and then I got another one when I bought a thing. So, I have two.
I also have one.
And this one is a fridge magnet. Whoa!
Hell yeah. You love to see it. You love it when a thing stick to metal.
Oh shit, I don't have I don't have a thing. Okay, so...
Alright, that one is Knick-Knack, right? The one you just showed, the magnet?
I believe so. So, I got this sick-ass cool dog wearing a cool jacket sticker.
It's a really cool dog.
And then I got another one. And I will be back momentarily as to demonstrate why I have two of them. LawyerDog, vogue for time.
Oh shit. Look at me go. Whoa. I'm groove. Hold on, I gotta orbit up. Let's go, baby. Fuck, I forgot where it was. Oh no. Yeah. Now we're talking. This is truly how it should be.
Shit, this dog has become orb.
It's always correct to be an orb.
So, these stickers were at a booth that had some sick-ass hoodies. And every time we passed by this booth, like, at least 5 times. And every time we passed by this booth, I was like, those jackets are so fucking cool. And eventually, like, I was on a buying spree, so we had stopped close to that booth. And, like, I had just bought something from the booth next to them. And we'd stopped, and I was just looking up at the jackets, and I was like, man, those jackets are so fucking cool. And LawyerDog leans in and goes, you don't even know how cool they are. And I'm like, why the fuck would you tell me this? Well, no, first he said they're $110, and then he said they're even cooler than you think they are. And so I was like, oh, god damn it. I already want them. Why would you tell me they're expensive and then tell me reasons why I would want it more? So I go over and...
So you take a closer look.
I go over and take a closer look. They're cooler because the jackets are reversible. And I go over and touch one, and the material is so soft. So... I have one. And it's such an incredibly nice jacket. So it's reversible, so like on this one, the reversal effect is more subtle. It just like inverts some of the coloration, so it inverts the purple and the cyan and stuff. Some of them have like basically completely different patterns when you invert them, so I'm like, there were 3 of those jackets that if I just did not have to think about money at all, I just would have bought all 3 of them instantly. They're so fucking nice. Like, and they feel really sturdy, the zipper works really nicely despite being reversible, like, it is so fucking good. It is one of my favorite articles of clothing that I have ever gotten at a convention. And that's a high bar.
Cool. Oh, they're talking about the jerky situation. I will never get away from bringing too much jerky to MFF.
Yeah, so usually when we go to conventions, we bring snacks and water bottles, because we don't want to be trying to, like, figure out food the whole weekend. But this time, since we were traveling by train, we didn't really have the storage space to bring all of the, like, to bring everything that we could have wanted to bring with us. So LawyerDog was like, what is the most value snacks we can bring with us? Beef jerky. jerky makes a lot of sense as a convention snack because it's, you know, high in protein. It's easy to eat.
It's not easy to eat. That's the fucked up thing.
Well, yeah.
That's the problem. That's the entire problem with the jerky is that it's not easy to eat.
It's a little chewy. Teddy was a hero and got us a 12-pack of water bottles when he went over to a drugstore to pick up some stuff for himself. So we were pretty well set. LawyerDog brought...
We got to have water bottles to hand people that visited our room.
Yeah. That was you get stickers from LawyerDog and a water bottle.
And I tried to give you an entire bag of jerky, and everyone said no. They were like, no, I don't need an entire bag of jerky. What are you talking about?
I think I may have some of the jerky in my luggage here. I'll have to get to it. If it's in here, then I need to get through some other stuff first. But yeah, I also love jerky, but...
I should have just, like, given an entire bag of jerky to HatVod and be like, you know, for the party, some jerky.
Yeah! We had a lot of jerky. We had, like, four or five big old bags of jerky on top of I had...
It was not 4 or 5, it was 3.
Well, there was also the turkey jerky, but I laid claim to that. So we had a lot of jerky, and we gave away a decent amount of jerky, but we still had jerky left over. But
doing some sick hyper couponing to get jerky at the price a sane person would pay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so other shit that I got at Dealer's Den. I got a maned wolf badge charm thing. And it's sparkly. And for good luck, you got a Maneki Neko little talisman charm.
That could be an ornament.
Could be. I have a Susie from last year that could also technically be an ornament. It's the same kind of build.
All acrylic can be an ornament.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I could put the little Tyrrell I found last year on the tree.
So how do I censor this? This is the one thing that I got this year that needs to be censored. Oh, where's Bray's... Where's Bray's business card? That's probably good enough, right? So, convention only.
Yeah, dude, that's good enough.
Comic compilation.
That's safe for work by MFF standards, baby.
Oh, this by MFF standards, like this is super safe for work. I think at Bray's booth he may not have even covered up the ass at all.
I don't remember.
But yeah, so convention only book by Bray, and it's...
I remember asking for it and not, like, pointing to it.
Oh, okay.
But I may have just not seen it. Who can really say?
I remember there being a page in here that is...
Bray's booth kept safe for work because people just keep on buying the things he puts out too fast.
Oh, damn it. I found the post-it notes page. There is Deempus and such on there. I can't show. I don't think there is a single page that I can show.
Well, you could show any page.
I literally
no
could.
Consequences. You will be banned, but you can show any page.
You are allowed to do it. There are no consequences. You will be banned.
Hey, maybe there's no fucking snitches in the chat. You ever think of that? You ever think maybe there's no snitches?
For some reason, a lot of these furries aren't wearing pants. Weird.
Common mistake.
And furries not wearing pants is something that's gonna come up in an upcoming story.
It comes up mildly in the fact that there was a panel that someone was running about why furries don't wear pants, and it was explicitly very, very safe for work.
Right.
So I did not go.
Yeah.
Because they would have seen me and just turned me away at the door and be like, no, this pant, you cannot be here.
People are gonna get weird about it if you show up. Just like Rick Griffin intended, yeah. Do you recall which artist this was?
That's AC art.
Okay, this was the
98% sure
thing from AC. Maybe, probably.
I'm
so
not
this
100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the one I saw in there that I had not seen them just like post on a site before.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen it elsewhere, but I'm pretty sure that was in the AC art print.
Cool. It's very nice, but also it's thick. This bad boy has got some girth, which is neat. And that's not the only print that I got that had some heft to it.
Respawn, they die.
Who all can name this artist? If you can, I don't have to card you. So I got a Dark Natasha print. Went up to their booth. Super nice, super friendly, wearing a cowboy hat, great vibes.
Hey,
and
maybe Dark Natasha has Zoomer fans, you don't know.
I went up to their booth and was just like, yeah, sorry, I was bummed out that I didn't get anything from you last year, and they were like, oh, I wasn't here last year, last time I was here was 2019, and in my brain, I was absolutely conflating those 2 years. 2019 and 2022.
It's all the same year. They don't make New Year's anymore.
So
they don't got the New Year's baby anymore. They lost him.
So yeah, we I finally got one of the all-time classics. And they had a bunch of artists that were just like, damn, I recognize this artist from when I was first, like, starting to look at furry art. And they had a bunch of those artists, like, all in a row, like, right next to each other.
I recognize this artist from Webring in 2003-ish.
So, we've got more prints to show, but first... I'm trying to recreate a thing. Because there was a fun thing at one of the booths that I bought stuff from.
Oh, I think this day at Dealer's Den was the day that I was buying every bat I saw.
Yeah.
Because there were like multiple booths selling stuffed bats, and I bought one, and then I would go like a few feet down, there'd be another booth selling cute stuffed bats, and I'd buy another, and that happened 3 times in a row. So now I have 3 stuffed bats.
Hell yeah. So, this entire bag of stuff is courtesy of Cult. So, the Mr. Kitty's booth was a booth that had stuff that I had wanted to get, like, all weekend. But I hadn't committed to it. And then Cult was also there, and Cult was just like, I'll buy you the stuff. So, in order to justify it to myself, I told Colt, alright, here are the things that I want. I want this shirt, and this shirt in larges. Okay? Now I'm gonna walk away, and if you choose to buy me those shirts, it is out of my hands. And then, of course, he did, because he is incredibly generous. So, I got takeaway from Mr. Kitty's. And then if you look inside the bag, the, all of the shirts are wrapped up like sandwiches from a sub place. It'd be a shame if you were to buy me those shirts. I tried not to make it come across like that. I tried to make it come across just like, if you want to, I will let that happen. But I am not going to beg you for it. So all of the stickers have fun stuff on them.
Wow, it's full of meat. You'll love to see it.
Marinated.
Is that good? Do you want that?
So, like, I haven't Here's the problem. The wrapping is so much fun that I haven't wanted to take them out of the wrapping.
Oh, you can just eat it with a shell on.
So all of this is from Mr. Kitty's. It's Mr. Kitty's. Yummy merchandise. All right, I'm gonna crack them open.
Oh shit, we cracking packs.
I'm having difficulty cracking it open.
We now find out the real reason they haven't been opened yet. That's not strong enough. Mr. Kitty's silly little hats for big stupid cats. Look at this pathetic idiot. The fucking face on that cat.
Be the envy of your friends as you show off your fashionable feline. You and your imbecile cat will be the talk of the town. Nancy and her book club are done for. Folks will holler, "Wowza, what an amazing pussy!" Hundreds of done little hats to choose from.
People do be hollering that.
Only $2.99. Wow, mail in today. Waste that paycheck, sister. Those faces are just Twitch emotes for cats. So I believe this is the other regular shirt. Oh yeah, Burke was wearing this one today. I believe the name of this shirt is The Most Shirt Ever, or something along those lines.
That's a good name for the shirt.
It's
just a little guy.
It's a little guy wearing a shirt of a little guy wearing a shirt of a little guy wearing a shirt. I usually try not to buy black shirts because I usually just don't wear super dark colors like that, but I couldn't resist this one. This one was... the design was too much fun. And then we got the marinated... This one I gotta take it out of the crinkle package away from the mic so it doesn't completely blow people out. I also need to figure out where the fuck to open it. There's the scene.
When you truly believe, hacker, only your belief can make it come true.
So this one is a button-up that is just covered in cats.
It's a lot of cat.
It's beautiful. And it's a nice material, too. It's got a shirt pocket. So yeah, the Mr. Kitty's booth. Some incredible stuff. Highly recommended if you want to buy fun stuff at a convention.
Got very funny little guys on them.
Yeah. And while we're doing shirts, Coconut merch. Feeling cute? Selfie it up.
Damn, got that hashtag advertised. That's marketing, baby.
I love marketing. Wow, Coconut. But on the other side, it's furries.
I adore the booths where it's like multiple artists like right next to each other and chilling with each other. I can never tell which is which. I can never read their badges.
Yeah.
I love it. People should do it more. I cannot read your badges.
Yeah, sometimes like some of the merch in the middle ground between them will be like, who did this one? Because sometimes their styles are also kind of similar. So it's just like, I should know who did this sticker design, but I'm not 100%, and I don't know who to thank.
A lot of the stuff they just like don't post outside of the merch.
Yeah.
So it's even harder to tell, even if you follow them.
I need to make sure that my mom isn't going to try and buy me any shirts for Christmas, because I have so many fucking shirts now. So, surely I have the business card for this one. Surely I
All
must.
The multi-artist booths are so good and cool, though. I'm just dumb and I cannot tell you apart. You gotta think about the dumb people out there. You gotta help us out.
I do not. If we have the business card for the booth that I got this from, I'm not able to identify it. But I got a purple shirt. Whoa! Cool cat.
Whoa, cool cat.
It's
I cannot tell you which one that's from.
Yeah, it's bright, it's
I
colorful.
I remember you buying it, I remember the booth existing. I have no clue who it was.
Yeah. And then try and smooth this out a little bit. This is not the only thing that I got from this booth. I also got Wizard Cat.
I'm noticing a theme in your purchases. This guy seems to like magic and wizardry.
The hat comes off. The cape can also come off, if desired. But I don't desire that. Ah! Oh, Cloverpuff! This is from Cloverpuff, which I believe is like a storefront for a bunch of different artists.
Oh shit, like Triangle Man.
Yeah. But yeah. Lots of cool shit. But now I need to actually clear some space because we've got prints.
Oh no, Cloverpuff seems to just be a lady.
Oh, it was just one person? They had a giant booth, I'm surprised, but good on them.
They listen to heavy metal.
Hell yeah.
Like the Cloverpuff art Twitter just says, she, her, I draw cute things and listen to heavy metal.
Great!
So it seems to just be one person.
That's wild. They have so much merch.
But also they say we when talking about taking booth pics, so maybe they're just like half helpers because they want to stay sane.
Right, like, I figure they probably don't run the booth completely solo, but if all of the stuff at that booth
That's a big booth I'm looking at. God damn.
It's huge!
Holy shit.
So much fucking stuff.
It all looks like the same style to but creating it wise, it's all the one person.
Wild.
It's a mystery. We'll never find out. There's no way to tell.
Never ever
No one will
gonna
ever
learn.
know. Or you can go investigate yourselves at their Twitter. Whoa. You could find out more about Cloverpuff art.
Hell yeah. Alright, so back to basics. We got this wonderful Jikato print, which was too big.
It's so big. What were you thinking?
The problem with it being so big is I inherited an art portfolio folder thing from my sister.
Oh, don't open that.
Oh, I know there's some stuff that can't be shown in here. I'm going to extract them one by one. Oh, this first page is fine.
Well, you probably don't need to extract things, you just need to not necessarily show everything in it.
Right. We got a Kocha playing cards, and we've got a bat talking about having no pants.
Hell yeah.
Hang
I'd
on.
love to see it.
Yeah, I am going to need to extract this so that I can show off the bonus.
Didn't show Lego.
I know, I couldn't fit it because the thing is too big. It's bumping up against the camera.
It is really fucking big piece of paper.
Yeah. So, Sir not appearing in this convention. So, I couldn't fit the Jikato print in this binder, which was brought along to keep prints and stuff like this safe. Later, Ash. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
So let me return this to its home. It's a little awkward trying to do this in my lap, but it's fine. Alright, yep, that... No pants on that one. Ah!
Well, none of them have pants.
So these are sideways, because I can't fit the whole fucking thing in the zone over here, but... the one on top, I guess, is from Teddy, and then the other one is from Cat Underscores.
It's just like a hot dog. If it won't fit in one way, just switch it around 90 degrees and put it in.
They're tacked, yeah. Oh shit. Brel wearing jeans!
Oh shit, so true. I forgot. That's the only time Brel has ever been pictured in pants.
Yeah.
maybe clothing of any kind? It's precious and I love it.
Is the other one going to show up? Is he going to show up?
He's gonna show up.
We got 2 Ackers. One by Talks, the other by cat underscores. I think I am going to have to extract these to show them off. Trying to show them off in the binder is not working out great.
You'll have more opportunities, Acker. You will manage to acquire your treasure someday.
So, this one, Panko isn't wearing pants, but it is censored.
Censored is an interesting way to put it.
Well, there's a sign in front of the business. So, one of the coolest
Most
booths...
businesses have signs in front of them, if you think about it.
I think this is, like, the only booth that I got stuff from at Artist Alley, maybe? But they had some incredible cats, of course. They got it printed on fancy paper.
Artist Alley was always so fucking busy. The only time we managed to get in and it was reasonable was Sunday morning.
Yeah. So it was tough to try and get stuff out of there. And several of the people that did have booths around there that I may have been interested in getting stuff from, I had already gotten all of the stuff that I wanted from.
Going Sunday morning did mean we got to randomly run into Sin's Quest, though, and that was sick.
Yeah, so, as we were trying to get to Artist Alley, we were right behind someone. We were right behind a pair of people. And after a while, LawyerDog started, like, craning his neck trying to look at the badge of one of those people. Because
he was wearing a hat that I saw Sin's post about earlier in MFF about buying. I was like, could that be? And we're walking behind them for so long, and I cannot read their badge for the life of me.
He was trying so hard to confirm whether or not it was indeed Sin's Quest ahead of us, and eventually we did get the confirmation. And, got to talk with him a bit, so that was nice. A fun happenstance, but...
I tried to not talk to him for too long because we were just in Artist Alley in the way, kind of, but I got to give him stickers and say howdy.
Yeah. Alright, is that... Yeah, I did not get much in the way of prints and stuff this year.
Well, the problem here was we were behind Sins walking towards Artist Alley. They just, like, had their, like, MFF badge for the con, like, hanging on their side. So I could, like, barely see it sometimes.
Wow. It's a boy.
I was second guessing myself so much because, like, do I just think every cool punk person looks the same, or is this actually Sins? But I was right.
You were right.
I correctly identified the cool person.
It was amazing. You did great. Okay. I think that is all of the stuff to show off. Maybe. There was more art that was acquired, but most of that has been posted on LawyerDog's Twitter, I believe.
Yeah. All
yeah,
of the stuff that was for me is on my Twitter and uncensored in all of its glory.
Yeah. Oh, Wait, there is one more thing. Hang on. Where's my backpack? Oh wait, no, it's not in my backpack. It's in the Lucky Charm compartment. I got a little something from an artist that I was too nervous to approach. So Talks got this for me.
Too nervous to approach the hot dog.
It's a little Brendan. Good old Nextel.
You're the little guy.
This funny little guy was my lucky charm and let me win at Magic the Gathering.
That's how it works.
So yeah, let's get back onto...
Oh, I guess I could link my loot pile. It's safe for work. It shows the bats I mentioned.
Nice.
Wow. It's loot. It's even more Zray stuff.
Ooh. So, getting back on track of, like, doing stuff day by day. So, Saturday we did a bunch of shopping. Oh, we got in one game of, Magic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we tried to head to Artist Alley. We saw the line was the longest line in the entire world and wasted like an hour over there before heading to the tabletop area.
Yeah, so we ended up at the tabletop area and ended up getting like a pretty huge group of folks gathered up there. Like, they had these huge circular tables and we like claimed the entirety of that and then some for hanging out and chatting and doodling and so on and having a good time. Oh, right, there is one more thing that was purchased in Dealer's Den that has not been depicted here, but it is depicted in this picture. So that
oh, yeah, I forgot that was Saturday purchase.
Yeah, we got a kobold dice bag fella, so he holds on to all of our dice now. We used to have a Crown Royal bag for that purpose, but now we have a funny little guy that takes up much more space, but he's a funny little guy.
This is Magic as Garfield intended.
So yeah, we didn't have the space to have our playmats the way that you're supposed to have them, like horizontal.
No, you're supposed to do them vertical. That's why the designs are like that. That's why Burmaz is pointing at your dick.
So we had the playmats vertical and like overlapping each other and hanging off the table. And, so, like, 4 of us, me, Acker, Teddy, and Colt, were all, like, on one side of the table playing Magic, and across the table was just a ton of cool artists doing art and stuff. There was, Test was there, Tox was there. Burke was drawing stuff there. It was fantastic. But yeah, so this game ended up being really close. I got Teddy down to 1 life, and then he killed me back. But this was just a really fun hangout. We just chilled and played Magic and had a good time. Top decked heroic reinforcements. Yeah, that's a good one.
You got given such precious treasures from Sammy's crew, Engine Trap's crew.
Yeah, so on the table, like at the top of this picture, you can see there another table in the background there. There was a whole other group of artists that were also doing very cool art over there, and that was like a running theme. Anytime we would settle in somewhere, then often there would be other cool artists nearby.
Put out the word of, hey, there are tables here and you can draw.
Yeah, like, MFF is a convention that is so oriented towards artists and art and stuff like that, so anywhere there were tables to, like, lay claim to and just hang out at, people were drawing. Yeah, Teddy was drawing too, it was great.
It's the peer pressure. I only draw physically at conventions, I never want to do it otherwise.
Yeah.
And everyone's drawing, is like, well, I need to draw then.
Peer pressure, baby.
Some funny little guys.
Yeah, the first pieces of art that I showed in the portfolio, that page with Brel, Kocha, and Blue Mono, those were all by Burke. Super good stuff.
I started drawing with a mouse, so I'm fucking fighting for my life when I hold a pencil.
Did we do anything else of note on Saturday? I think we just, like, hung out and then went to bed. First foray into art was with a tablet. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Someone threw a post-it note and a pencil at you. So intimidating.
I gotta get on the post-it note game. I gotta draw smaller guys.
Yeah, well, after the fact, I was hearing tell from Brendan about how his hot tech for doing sketchbook stuff this year was postage labels. And,
you just gotta draw on something sticky. It's different.
yeah, well, it's like, apparently the texture is really nice to draw on, and then once you're done drawing on it, you, like, just... the back is sticky, because you're supposed to attach it to a package, so you just, like, take it off and just slap it into your sketchbook. So he was singing the praises of that.
Oh, that's sick, Beck. I love the post-it note little guys. They're so good.
Post them up on the walls in the room. Nice. Yeah,
those things stay sticky.
We didn't often do much in the room. Like, we hung out in the room a bunch, but usually we would just, like, sit around and chat. And sometimes I would bring up, like, a Simple Flips video or something, but usually if we were in the room, everybody was just, like, recharging.
The lowest key room party to ever do it.
We would have, like, 8 or 9 people in there, and it was just a quiet conversation. So yeah, not a ton more on Saturday. Oh, Saturday we did get hot dogs. And that hot dog cart... That hot dog cart is pricey, but god, I love a hot dog out of a truck. I love me some street meat.
I love acquiring food and only taking an hour to do it and not 6 hours.
On Sunday, we went to the hot dog cart again, and there was, like, a really cool Toriel fursuit, and I wanted to get a picture, but by the time I had, like, the slightest inclination of, like, oh, I want to get a picture of that suit, she was immediately completely surrounded.
Yeah.
The hot dogs were great, the poutine fries and burgers were disappointing. Yeah.
I have so many fucking stickers. I just got done putting up all the stickers from MFF 2022. Like a week before MFF.
I'm very bad at putting up stickers, and I just keep getting more and more stickers.
I'm not even bad about putting up stickers. I just get way too many all the time forever.
Yeah.
I need to calm down.
It keeps happening. Oh yeah, so Saturday night, it was like around midnight. Maybe closer to 1 a.m. Because I wanted to do a comparison of like what is the lobby of the main hotel for the convention like at like right now, just in the middle of the night, and what is it like in the morning. And I actually have video this time. So let me.
A picture can move?
Let me pause the music for a moment. Most people have probably been filtering that sound out for a while now, but let me make sure. Okay, so it's not quite getting how loud it was across. It was quite loud. But just, like... It was so crowded. There were so many people. There was music going. There were fursuiters dancing. Just like...
There's a dog.
It was popping off in the lobby there. And then, in the morning at about 10 a.m., here is the same view of the lobby. There is one fursuiter, and people are just standing around, recuperating.
Getting up early is so important if you want to go to Dealer's Den or Artist Alley.
Yeah, that is, like, the way to do it. So, some pictures of the view from up there. So, just tons of people. And then one fursuiter and, like, 5 people just sitting around. So... oh, I didn't actually edit this picture. Hang on. There's just a random person whose, like, full face is visible in this picture, and I need to... I would like to blur it out.
That. Gotta put a sticker over it. I'm finding buttons on my funny guy I forgot about. You want me to do not press them now, Kat? That's impossible.
Alright, so as we were hanging out in like one of the main gathering areas trying to regroup with some folks. I believe this was after we had hit up Artist Alley. There was a sighting. We were just standing around, and then, like, off in the background, off in the distance, something was spotted. I don't remember who first pointed it out, but someone just spoke up and was just like, "Is that Germa?" I was like, "What?" What do you mean, is that Germa? And,
It's a very simple question.
Do a red circle around it. So... if I just save this... Yeah, it showed up. Great. So we were just standing around, and someone pointed out, just like, and so they started walking around, and I was like, I went over to him and was just like, I need a picture. I need a picture of the Germa pride flag. So
was so fucking stanced.
He's just A-posing. They just put him on a flag. It was
German was real.
It was an incredible sighting. And then also a picture of the friend of the one with the flag, because it was a cute fursuit.
So true. You're right to say it.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of pictures of stuff. I'm just not great at taking pictures, but there were some fun sights, but I think the Germa sighting was one of the most notable.
I just have several pictures of the K-Puppet.
Yeah.
Because I had to take a picture of the K-Puppet on the handboard. That was important.
Yeah. But yeah, Sunday, things had started winding down, so we went over to Artist Alley and got those cool cat prints. We saw Sins. And
well, we have skipped over Saturday night.
We
have skipped over Saturday night.
Yes, what else went down on Saturday night?
That was the jackpot meeting.
Oh, what? That was Saturday night. I got that mixed up with Sunday evening. The framing of the Jakato piece with the con merch on the sides makes you think of TF2 UI composition. Okay, so Jackpot. Jackpot is the one who made the Contio model. Right there. They're a very cool artist, mostly doing a lot of fun low poly 3D stuff, but also doing some higher poly stuff and so on. And they make really great stuff. Their persona is, or representation at least, is a dragon that has like bowling pin horns and a whack-a-mole hammer tail, and they are patterned with the cool 90s arcade cabinet pattern, or arcade floor.
Super cool.
And meeting them in person, like, they are high energy, they are fun, they're super talkative, and just an absolute delight to hang out with. Oh, stickers. I have a jackpot sticker.
Yeah. Oh shit, is that Flora from Two Kinds? No way.
There they are. There's Jackpot. Hello, Two Kinds Flora. But yeah, the Jackpot was so much fun to hang out with, because LawyerDog had like arranged to go meet up with them at some point, because, you know, we like to chat. Went up to their room. They had gotten a suite at the Hyatt, and so we had to take the weird, like, bonus elevator. The secret elevator to the secret zone.
Gotta love a secret zone.
Yeah, and Tox had gone with us to meet up with them, and we went to their room, and they were in the middle of setting up for a dragon party. Like, they had a sign outside the door of just like, "Dragon party here!" But thankfully we had gotten there before the party really got going. and we got to just like chill and chat. We talked about like game development, game design, and just like getting into that kind of thing. They were like super apologetic of just like, oh, I'm sorry I haven't gotten around to working on your model yet, and it's like, we're cool, like no rush, everything's fine, like I know you've been busy with a lot of stuff. And
JackPot just becomes more and more powerful the longer it takes.
Yeah, so
JackPot's most recent stuff is fucking sick.
Yeah,
I already love Contio with all of my heart and soul.
Yeah, Contio is just like, you know, a while back they made the model, and he's still incredible. So just the thought of
so perfect.
The thought of how much better they have gotten being applied to a Kocha is very exciting. So it's just like, I mean, if you keep delaying things, you're just gonna keep getting better until you finally get around to it. So like, I'm not worried at all. They're saying like a couple of months from now, you know, around 3-ish months, they might start working on a Kocha tuber.
And how long could that take? Like a day? Then you're a full-fledged VTuber. Boom.
Yeah, might take a while. What's their link? Could you get a link to their Twitter?
It is sequencer.
Yeah. So, we were hanging out there, and just as time went on, like, the party was more and more impending. And I knew that as soon as the party really got going, I was like, alright, we need to go before this place hits full party mode. We were just here to chat with Jackpot, but it's about to become bumpin' in here, because, like, and I knew that it would be bumping just based off of Jackpot's energy. Like, they were just so... They were already, like, super high energy, and as the party, like, got closer and closer, they just started, like, bouncing... Like, they would be physically bouncing in place as things would get closer and closer. So, you know, we still had a great chat. And then someone had shown up and was like, "Where's the speaker?" And I was like, okay, they're about to turn on music. We gotta go. So I'm like slowly edging towards...
That person talked like a dragon. It was wild. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was appropriate. It was a dragon party.
It was a dragon party. And so I'm, like, slowly trying to find a way, like an off-ramp, a way for us to hit the bricks in a gradual and cool way.
Oh, before that, there's the important pants encounter.
Yes, okay, so the person who eventually had asked... Before they had asked where the speaker was, they had shown up, and we were talking, like, they joined in the conversation. We were just...
That was a different person.
I thought it was the same person.
I'm like 90% sure.
Okay.
Because we were talking to them for a while.
Yeah, I think they left and came back. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure that's the case.
Yeah. Okay. So we were...
The person that it was Wishful Stardust was the one that was looking at my badge and trying to figure out what they knew those characters from.
Yeah, okay. So we were hanging out, chatting. Jackpot had their sickos water bottle being developed, of just like they want to have a water bottle completely covered in the yes, yes style sticker just all over it, because a bunch of artists are doing that. And we're there chatting, and Jackpot noticed the other person, like, looking at LawyerDog's badge, and was just like, "Oh, this is LawyerDog." And they were like, "Yeah, I'm trying to remember." Just like Panko and Kantio?
Yeah, I like hold my badge up so they can see it easier as a Panko Kantio. Is that ringing any bells? And then there's like no recognition yet.
Yeah, like they were digging, but no bells had been rung quite yet. And Jackpot gets an idea, and so they start. Oh, yeah, okay, so his art is the one where it's like the furry dudes, and they're like, oh no, I don't have any pants on! And immediately the person's just like, yes! That's who you are!
It was instant full recognition.
Instant 100% I know exactly who you are and what you do recognition. And I was fucking doubled over laughing because
on the fucking ground.
It was from 0 to 100. Just like, I can't tell if I've ever actually heard of anything you've ever done, to I am intimately familiar with everything you have ever done. It was amazing. So
and then later they're like randomly mentioning the artist Elliot Draws, who I had absolutely zero clue was like close with this person, who like lived close by and hung out. So I got to get stickers to cool artist Elliot Draws by giving them to Wishful Stardust.
Yeah. Associative memories like that. Yeah, it was a fantastic moment. So after that, they got the speaker out, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if it's the same person, but someone got a speaker out and started getting music going, and I was like, okay, now we need to try and find a way to extract ourselves from the situation.
The person came in like, now that I have arrived, the party can start.
Right. Yes, they had a hell of a vibe.
So they had newly arrived.
Yeah, okay, no, yeah, that was someone different. But they were... I think I'm conflating them a bit because they were both kind of short. But the party starter arrived and had a very draconic presence about them in the regal and powerful kind of way. And so, like... I'm trying to like find a way to be like, okay, yeah, we're probably not going to be sticking around for the party itself, you know, we were just here to say hi and chat a bit, and Jackpot's just like, oh yeah, no, that's totally cool. Jackpot gets distracted in like letting people in for the party, and there were drinks, so they were carding people because there would be open available alcohol, and that was cool.
Well, also to make sure that they were like people they had invited.
Yeah. And the way that they the way that people who had their identification checked were denoted was they got a funny little face on some tape. So I have mine here, which we just got just because they're fun. And here's also Tox's Sickos sticker.
Yes. It's really good.
It's really great. LawyerDog's was different because each of them were unique. But, yeah, so I'm, like, trying to find a way to be like, alright, so we're gonna go, but every time I would start to be like that, like, I would start going in that direction, something else would happen.
We would start unlocking new areas.
Yeah, so, like, either Jackpot would get distracted, and I didn't want to go without saying, like, oh, you know, without saying farewell to Jackpot, and then Jackpot would come back and was energized by new people showing up for the party, and so like more conversation would start, and I was like, you know, we're generally pretty low energy, you know, not really
We had also
party
like,
people.
completely monopolized jackpot for the start.
Yeah, like we
had gotten a good amount of jackpot time.
Yeah, like we had been there chatting with him for like half an hour at least.
It was, by that point, because we ended up staying a while longer after.
Yeah, we ended up staying longer
like
because
an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, we were there for at least an hour. Because I had brought up just like, we're not really party people, we're generally pretty low energy. And the regal one was like, well then, might I interest you in the chill zone? And they like pulled up a curtain, or not like a curtain, it was like a fanciful dragon blanket that was covering the door, like the doorway into the bedroom area. And the bedroom area, they had, and, we can't say, no, we're not interested in the chill zone, partially because we're just like, well, I was kind of curious what the fuck was going on with the chill zone.
I just really wanted to check out the chill zone after I became aware of how cool the chill zone was.
So we went into the chill zone, and like the bed was completely covered in a bunch of plushes. On the TV, there was a dragon lo-fi hip-hop like YouTube stream going. They had like the lights were dimmed, and they had like some like faint little fun light pattern going on. And the regal one was just like, so let me introduce you to them. And they started introducing us to the various plushes, their names, their backstories. We were obligated to hold them. And it was all very nice, but it's like, I brought up the thing about not being party people so that we could leave. And now we have unlocked a new area, and
it's a cool area though. It's got fun little dragons in it.
It had fun dragons.
There was a really good dragon that I got to give a hug.
Yeah.
And then Jackpot informed me that the stuffed dragon was full of crabs. So you're like, what? And Jackpot informed me that what I am fearing is true. They did like gut other crab stuffed animals and shove them into the dragon to give it not a lot of nutrients in there.
Uh-huh. So we ended up like just chatting with the regal one ended up like having to go do something else, and then it was just us hanging out with Jackpot again. So then we just started chatting with Jackpot for another like 20-25 minutes. And it was an incredible time, but as we stayed there longer and longer, more and more people showed up for the dragon party. They started getting the music going. And I'm just like, we're going to be trapped in this party for real if we do not leave.
Highlight of the con, but I do need to leave.
Yeah, like, this has been an incredible experience. It's been so nice chatting with you. It like, getting to hang out here. Wonderful time. I need to go. Tox ended up hanging out there for a while because earlier in the conversation, we had started talking about Umpuko because something that Jackpot wanted to do was like get a K set up for Tox, and then get Umpuko, aka Geej, to do like a chromatic aberration type effect on the model, like with some shaders and stuff, to get the effect that K's character has going on. And so Tox ended up holding back for a while to see if Umpuko wanted to like show up and hang out at the party. I think there were some like communication and navigation issues that made that not happen, but I believe...
It is weird to get to that place.
Yeah, it is. It is fucking weird, because you need to take elevators that only go to the suites. And you have to go... To get there, you need to, like, go down a weird corner hallway and stuff. Didn't know to go to the secret tower. Yeah, it was weird getting there. But I believe that Tox ended up hanging out with Umpuko. I'm sad that I didn't get to meet up with Umpuko, but after the Dragon Party...
Oh, yeah, you weren't with us when we randomly came across them again near the end.
Yeah, so...
You were playing Magic.
Yeah, I was playing Magic. So on Sunday, we went back and hung out at the... we went through the Artist Alley, and that's where we met Sins, and that was cool. They seem to be as cool in person as all of their content would make them up to be.
Right, also in the Artist Alley, we came across a nice trio of artists of Kobold Orion, Bourbon Diallo, and Daff, who Tox and I talked to for a while and got some really rad stuff from.
Yeah, I think while you were chatting with those folks, me and Acker were rounding the tables some more.
I think that was when you were buying the stuff from that one place. With
yeah, the cool cats.
On the rice paper or whatever.
Yeah. You and Colt managed to catch Umpuko at the arcade on Sunday. I'm like the only one who didn't get to meet up with Umpuko. Dang it.
Sunday is also when I was just like trying to respond to anyone that had messaged me to find them and give them a sticker. Because if they had cared enough to try and message me, I figured they probably really want a sticker.
Yeah. So, a good chunk of Sunday, like, there was a last-minute buying spree of stuff. I'm pretty sure Sunday is when I got the sick-ass jacket, and also that's when Colt got me the Mr. Kitties stuff. So, we were going around and just being like, alright, any remaining purchases to be made, we'll get these out of the way before these booths are just like completely picked clean. And then we went and got a hot dog and saw the Toriel cosplayer, and like most of the day until we started getting later on was LawyerDog trying to meet up with folks.
I was going on missions. I was finding people. I was giving stickers.
You were finding people. You were very successful.
To hunt down. Each one took so long. It was worth it though, because I could give them a sticker.
It was important.
And then 2 and 3 more stickers.
And you still have so many stickers.
I still have so many stickers.
Did you see the Zelda Kings? Yes. So I had actually seen them earlier in the weekend when we were leaving the hotel to go for food, I think. Like, I'm leaving the hotel there, and like trying to leave through the front doors of the main hotel is difficult because there's always fursuiters out there, and they really crowd the place because, you know, they're getting pictures taken and stuff. They're having a good time, but it's crowded. And then as I'm walking, I hear ho 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 from ahead of me, and then I see them like round a corner. 3 King Harkinians from the CDI Zelda games round the corner. 3 people wearing like full CDI Zelda King cosplay.
They were all out.
They were absolutely going for it, and just
3 kingly men.
My boy, this piece is what all true warriors strive for. Like
they also showed up at the Art Jam for sketchbook swap on the last day.
Yeah. Oh, so the Kings were not the best cosplay that I saw all weekend. The best cosplay that I saw all weekend was someone cosplaying as Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs. And it was perfect. It was 1-to-1. Absolutely perfect Aiden Pierce cosplay. And
they had the iconic hat and everything.
They had the iconic hat, they had the jacket, they had, like, the face covering. It was absolutely perfect. And I see this, and I'm just, like, instantly overwhelmed. Like, my brain shorts a fuse. Because I see this, and I'm like, that's fucking Aiden Pierce. That's Aiden Pierce! Why is someone Aiden Pierce at MFF? Why is someone Aiden Pierce anywhere? Who the fuck would cosplay the main character from this thoroughly mediocre open world game? I was baffled. And it's like, once I got over just like, that's fucking Aiden Pierce. Then I got like stuck in my head just like, why is their Aiden Pierce cosplay so good? Why was it so perfect? What were they doing?
Because they probably, like, were packing up or something and saw their iconic hat that they got when the game came out and went, wait a minute, I could have the funniest cosplay for exactly, like, 3 people at MFF. But for those 3 people, I'll blow their fucking minds.
My mind was fucking blown. Okay, it did make sense because MFF takes place, like, close to Chicago. Watch Dogs takes place in Chicago.
MFF does take place in Watch Dogs.
But I was just like, why is this a cosplay you have? And why here? Why now? I could not comprehend. It broke my fucking brain. Oh yeah, apparently there was a really good Dio. There was also, okay...
The Dio was pretty sick.
Yeah, I think I only caught a glimpse of the Dio. But looping all the way back to a thing that I brought up at the beginning, there was the Applejack. So someone had a gigantic Applejack plush. It, like, they had to, like... I don't know if I could find any of the, like, pictures or videos I saw of this fucking thing. But it was just a big-ass Applejack, and, like, the legs were super stubby, like, it was a chonker, and the face was, like, super goofy. But it was identifiable as Applejack, and I saw a pic. Oh, Sin's got a picture with the Applejack, right?
Yeah, Sins.
Okay, so Sin's Quest got a picture with this giant Applejack, and someone had told Sins that the Applejack was a fetish suit, which was not true.
For Sins.
But
these tweets leave the target audience so much. I feel so bad for him. All of these hooligans harassing him.
Yeah, so... Yeah, the Lois Griffin was also an incredible cosplay, and I believe the Lois Griffin did indeed make a guest star appearance at the Bimbo Fursuit meetup, the meet and greet.
Had to do the horses here bit.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most prolific of the Bimbo Fursuits is a horse with Titanic TNA.
They get around. I be seeing them everywhere at every con. Or every MFF.
Yeah. There was one Bimbo Fursuit that I saw.
That horse, you can see that horse.
Yeah. there was one bimbo fursuit that I saw. I think it was either on Thursday or Friday. It was pretty early on. I saw them like walking around, hanging out, and like they had the gigantic chest going on, but they were wearing a white shirt, and the white shirt was deliberately stretched so that it would be see-through, and that suit has nipples, and I see this and I'm like, this might be a little much for the middle of the day, which is when I saw them. Maybe you need to cover those up a little more before 10 p.m. The lowest complimented a picture you drew for Engine Trap. Hell yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of fun.
That's not where their eyes are at. Why are you looking?
There's a lot of fun suits. But Sunday, so we did some scavenger hunting with LawyerDog of hunting down people who wanted stickers, and then we got hot dogs, and then people kind of dispersed for a little bit to try and get through the last couple of things they wanted to do. Oh, I didn't talk about going to the arcade. The arcade was pretty sick. They had a bunch of games set up there, including a Enter the Gungeon House of the Dead light gun game, which I didn't actually get to try, but apparently it was really good. What I played instead was Tekken Tag, which I was playing as a dog, and LawyerDog just picked a character at random.
That was not Tekken Tag. I don't know what the fuck that was. It called itself Tekken Tag.
It was like full 3D, and there were landmines, and...
There was no tagging.
There was no tag. Yeah, it was ridiculous. That game was wild. And then there was KOF, but it was one of the KOFs that was that was like... Not complete 3D, but just like... You could dodge forwards or backwards. It might have been KOF 98. But... It wasn't great.
Love to play some dog shit fighting games.
Oh, was that Maximum Impact? Okay. Oh, KOF was broken by the time you got to it? We were able to play KOF just fine.
I mean, it was broken when we played it.
Oh, was there...
It was broken in a different way later.
Player 2 couldn't up? Huh. But yeah, me and LawyerDog played a little bit of fighting game. Acker went over and played,
Oh wait, that's why I couldn't jump? The button just didn't work for me? You were allowed?
Oh,
that's
great. Sorry.
That's so fucked up. It was broken in the same way. I was trying to make a joke about the game being bad, but it was just actually broken.
It wasn't sprites with lanes, it was full 3D KOF. Like, it was 3D models KOF, but it was like Tekken movement. But Acker went over to play the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game, and if he just picked the bird, then he would have had the best character in the game, and he picked the dog instead, and he lost.
You picked a dog in a JoJo game. JoJo, where the dog always fucking dies. Of course the dog is bad. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, Pet Shop is the most busted character in that game. And Iggy is just not very good. But yeah, it was, the arcade was pretty sweet. They also had, like, a general game room area where they had, like, a bunch of other non-arcade setups going on. Like, they had 8-player Smash Ultimate going. They had Steel Battalion set up, as they always do. The Steel Battalion setup was a little fancier this year. It was cool. But on Sunday, people were fucking... like starving to just get a big area for artists who hang out and do art in. And last year...
The last thing before that, the last big thing before that was meeting up with Feck and Jaeger for a little bit, giving them a big old pile of stickers and getting treasures in return.
Yes.
Which you were not around for. You were doing something. Probably important.
I think I was, like, getting Magic going.
Oh, so not important. Got
it. Yeah, it was not important. Absolutely not. We were... I think we had, like, gone down there to try and claim a table for in case... Or, like, we wanted to claim a table, both so we would have somewhere to play Magic, but also, like, so that people would have space to do stuff if they needed a space to do stuff.
We fucking ruined someone's life getting them into Magic, Feck. It's fucked up.
Yeah, Cat underscores did not know how to play Magic when he first started staying with Cult and like hanging out with us in person. And by the time he left behind like multiple decks, and he was playing Magic Arena all the time. Yeah, we got Burke into Magic, we got Acker into Magic.
We are the reason a visual novel is not out yet.
Yeah, sorry about that.
When 922 does come out, though, it's gonna be a banger.
Hell yeah. 922 owns. Only played it online or you'd be financially ruined. Yeah, so, like, Magic is just so much more fun to play in person. Like, it has a very different vibe to it, especially Commander, which... we usually will play Commander, like, once a week, because usually LawyerDog will cook a thing, either tacos or pizza, on Saturday, and then while people are around to have tacos or pizza, once food has been had, we will play a game or two of Magic. Haven't tried Commander yet, but I get recommended it a lot. If you have 3 other people who are interested in playing Magic, like... readily available in person. The pre-constructed Commander decks, like the official decks that they put out, those are generally pretty good. They generally play well against each other, so like if you just get all 4 of the decks from whatever set is the newest one.
Commander is some Mario Party bullshit, but you can customize your character.
Yeah, so it's like... it's really great to have a consistent play group. Because then, like, you talk about your play experience with the other people that you're playing with, of just like, you know, I'm really not into having this kind of deck around because it like forces everyone else to play a certain kind of way, or like, you know, we're generally trying to not go super crazy with the power level or anything.
Damn, Feck already hit the end game of Magic before even starting.
Red blue shock decks.
Deck.
Yeah, so Cat underscores had the same problem of like enjoying playing like red-blue, like, burn spells and counter spells, just like red-blue spell slinger kind of stuff. And that kind of thing is more difficult to play in Commander without, like, going deep into combo nonsense.
You can't really play red-blue tempo in Commander, and that's why it's a bad format. But you still play it anyway, because it's Mario Party bullshit. You don't play Mario Party because it's good.
Yeah, so, like, you can make it happen anyways. Like, there are ways of doing it, like, you make it a wizard deck so that you're playing a bunch of spells that synergize around having wizards and doing wizard things if you want to play red-blue. Or just like, I'm going to cast very big spells and make a bunch of stuff happen, which the red-blue pre-constructed deck from Strixhaven is pretty good at doing. Like, you do need to make some changes to make the deck better out of the box, but if you just, like, blue-red casting spells, then that deck is pretty alright at it. Yeah, the pirate deck, I liked the pirate deck a lot. That's from the newest set. But it is a typal deck, just like a deck where you're really focusing in on a specific creature type. May have bought Draconic Destruction at the local card shop. Oh, shit. Is that the 5-color one, or is that the red-green one? Oh, if you like Niv Mizzet is a very powerful commander.
People be loving Niv Mizzet.
Okay, it's the red-green one. Okay. The 5-color one is fucked up. But yeah, like, there's a bunch of the red-blue Niv Mizzets are good commanders. Especially there's one where it's like, whenever you draw a card, you get to deal 1 damage to any target, and like, there are tons and tons of decks built around that kind of theme online, and you can find like budget versions where it's just like, even if you have to buy every single card in the deck, it'd be like $50 or something.
Yeah, doing like big red-blue stuff is still very good in Commander.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't play the sicko cards for red-blue tempo that Commander players have never heard of. That are just hyper-specific and very efficient.
Yeah, LawyerDog's favorite deck archetype is red-blue tempo, which is just like, I am going to have 1 creature, and I am going to control the board and hit you with this 1 creature until you die. And it's not control, but it's like having control.
I'm going to kill you when I have 1 life.
Yeah. Just like trading card for card in just an efficient enough way that I just have to hit you with this 1 guy.
The entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have to do infinite combos if you're willing to go big mana. If you're willing to, like, go into just, like, casting big dumb spells, Commander is the format for you, if that's the kind of thing you're into, but...
Yeah, Commander is typically extremely casual and people are not building to win. But like Mario Party, it can be really funny to play to win super hard in Commander. You get some real sicko stuff.
Yeah. LawyerDog's 2 decks currently are... One of them is mono red, where the goal of the deck is to take the spells from other people's decks and play those instead. So you're not allowed to get mad at him, because he's not playing his own win con, he's playing your win con.
The way to translate the sweaty tryhard into Commander is to have like a stupid restriction on your deck that you try and push as hard as possible.
Yeah, that's like...
So like you're trying as hard as possible to win, but you have a dumb restriction on your deck.
Yeah, my favorite deck that I have is Ishin, and he's red, black, white, and he says whenever attacking would cause a thing that you control to trigger, it triggers twice. So what I want to do with that deck is I want to have a bunch of creatures that make extra creatures whenever they attack, so then that happens twice. And then my finishers are like, whenever a creature you control attacks, it deals 1 damage to the opponent that it's attacking. So then that happens twice, and I've built up a board of like 30 little dudes. And so I just attack with everything. And best case scenario for that deck is my opponents die before my creatures actually deal combat damage. So I had, yeah, in one of the games that I played at MFF, I had a creature on the board that said, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So I attacked and made a ton of creatures and ended up dealing like 28 damage just from creatures entering the battlefield. And then I had another creature that said, whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of attacking creatures. And then that happens twice. So I just dealt an absolute truckload of damage to everyone at the table, and everyone died before first strike damage. So it's like, Commander is the most fun, I feel, when you are generally trying to build around a theme or restriction or something like that. Like, one of my other decks is Miri, and she's a cat warrior, and the deck is cats. I make a bunch of cats, and I try and protect my cats. I'm not actually good at killing people with those cats, but the deck has a lot of ways of keeping the cats alive. Is this the kill turn? Yeah, that kind of thing can be, like, super exciting in Commander, because you're not trying to just kill one person. You have 3 other people at the table who could have all kinds of nonsense to stop you from getting to do your kill turn, and trying to navigate all of that is a lot of fun. So, one of the games that we played at MFF on Sunday, while LawyerDog was off talking to artists and hanging out with Feck and and having a good time, me, Colt, Acker, and Teddy, and I believe Kat also played one of the games, maybe? We were playing Magic. So one of the games I won with my Ishin deck off of, like, a super duper slow start, just because I was able to build up exactly enough creatures that I could just do my big stupid attack and kill everyone before they hit the ground, kind of thing. And it was so close. Like, I was very close to just being completely rolled over several times, but I'm just a little guy. Don't hit. I'm not a problem. And I was helped a lot in this endeavor by Colt completely popping the fuck off every single game that we played with him. And then, since I had won with Ishin, I then played the pirate deck from the new set, and it was completely unmodified, other than just switching out Sol Ring for a basic land, because Sol Ring makes games unfun. I was playing the pirate deck, and the entire game, all I was doing was just trying to, like, play as the mediator between everyone. Of just like, look, I'm going to steal your creature, and I'm going to sacrifice your creature so that you don't get it back. But if you let me do this, I could use your creature to stop Colt from just winning the game right now. And Teddy's just like, okay, fine. And I'm constantly having to make plays like that. Of just like, alright, I'm going to do some stuff, and people aren't going to like it, but they are going to like that I am going to stop this person from winning the game right now. And it was just a constant stream of me just like, of course, this whole time, I'm just trying to make it, more than anything else, I'm trying to make it so that I don't lose the game. But I'm also trying to help the other 2 players at the table also not lose the game. So I'm over there just being a charismatic, reasonable gentleman, trying to get everyone to play along. Just let me do the thing, and I am also going to get rid of your best thing, but I'm going to get rid of their best things. And their best things are currently better than your best thing. So just let me do this. And
that's politics, baby.
Yeah, it was the most politicking I have ever done in a game of Commander. So I was having to play so super duper scared and careful, because I kept stealing people's creatures. I would give them back, usually, but the pirate deck is really good at just, like, stealing creatures and using creatures to get rid of other creatures, and just, like, doing a bunch of nonsense based off of playing a bunch of pirates. And, like, I had a slow start again, so I wasn't able to build up, like, a dominating board position or anything. But I was just constantly messing with everyone. Of just like, Colt, I'm stealing your shit and attacking you with it so that you do not have a huge life total. Teddy, your board state is terrifying. I'm going to steal 2 of your creatures and then use one of your creatures to sacrifice the other creature so that you don't get it back. But I'm using your creature to hit someone else. It was so complicated, and because I was messing with everyone, I was protecting everyone from each other, but I was also messing with everyone, so I ended up just getting gradually brought down to like 9 life out of 40. And I had one turn where it's like, okay, I could play this thing and try and make this thing happen. But if I just do basically nothing, if I do basically nothing, and Teddy attacks Colt, or no, I think it was Teddy killed Burke, because it was Burke that was in that game. If Teddy kills Burke, because Burke was about to win the game, and everybody knew it because he was going to use a card that he like had publicly drawn. Everybody knew it was in his hand for the whole game. So the entire game, everyone is having to like constantly like keep Burke in check from just winning the game out of nowhere. So I'm sitting there and I was like thinking for like 5 minutes on this turn. It's like, Teddy kills Burke. Colt then attempts to kill Teddy. To like bring Teddy in check, because Teddy had like a huge amount of life and a ridiculous board state. If that exact sequence of turns happens, I can win the game. And that's exactly what happened, and I was able to win the game in the exact manner that I had planned when I passed the turn. Of just like, if anyone attacked me, I died. And like I had nothing else to do. Like I had no way of stopping it, but I had some ways of like maybe stopping one person from killing me. But like if I managed to do that, then other people would try and finish me off instead. Of just like, I need to play it cool. It was very exciting. It hurt my brain. But yeah, Burke would have easily won that game if he just did not reveal his win the game card near the very beginning of the game. Oops.
I like how you say oops as if you didn't make Burke reveal the card.
Well...
It's like, oh, Burke just had to reveal the card for some reason. Kind of a misplay.
Hey, I don't think I think Burke revealed the card off of playing a dinosaur. I'm pretty sure it was Burke that caused Burke to reveal the card.
I don't know. Burke is typing in all caps, and that makes Burke right.
How did I make you reveal it? Because I actually don't remember.
You just punched Burke and said, "Show me the card!
Show me your top card!" You had to reveal it because I made you discard your entire hand. No?
What the fuck?
No, that's not what happened. Okay, I believe if that's what you're saying, I think the sequence of events was I played Windfall pretty early on in the game because my hand was garbage. Which makes everyone discard their hand and basically just draw a new hand of cards. And I'm pretty sure me doing that caused Burke to, like, not have stuff to do other than play his commander. And then when he played his commander, he revealed that card. I believe that might be the sequence of events.
Still sounds like your fault to me.
It was kind of my fault. But it was a hell of a game. It was It was very exciting. And that kind of shit is why I like Commander. Like, I think just, like, making every game into just a big politics thing is not super fun. I think there's a lot of times where it is better if you just, like, play to your own deck and your own win condition rather than just, like, trying to play everyone else at the table. But when you do get good moments of playing everyone at the table, it can result in a lot of fun. If you hadn't discarded your hand, you would have drawn it normally. Maybe.
That's some 4th level thinking right there.
So, while I was playing Magic, LawyerDog, you want to talk about the furry vor art meetup?
Around like 6 or something, we started like waiting outside the arcade room, me and Talks. Because last year at MFF, in the ruins of the arcade room, there ended up being an art jam with a bunch of cool artists just hanging out and drawing funny animals. On account of we're in the funny animal fandom.
Yeah. When I was there last year, I was not drawing, but I had like sat down with like Talks and LawyerDog who were drawing. And like to my left was Bray, directly behind me was Hensa. It was just like if I just stood up and did a 360, I would recognize so many artists around me, and it was crazy.
So the optimistic time was we thought maybe like 6:37 they would be done taking down the arcade, which proved to be drastically too optimistic because it was like 8 p.m. or something by the time that they were done or basically done. And the longer we stayed there, the more like artists and people just started like hearing about how there could be an art jam, and also started hearing slight rumblings of people thinking it was a sketchbook swap, which we thought was a red herring, but it turns out a bunch of the vor furries were planning a sketchbook swap for that room as well. That had been just an art jam room previous year in the ruins of the arcade. And eventually it's like opened up and people started like streaming in, and the Talks and I get a table with a engine and their crew of furries, and we start dueling up a little storm over there, and gradually we start to realize everyone around us is drawing vor. Everyone near us is drawing vor in this room. So we realize we're in the vor sketchbook swap half of the room that gets to have tables, and all of the non-vor artists that are just doing an art jam are like on the ground at the other end of the room with no tables, no chairs or anything. And among the people at our little table was someone that was like leaving a dance and just like got kind of swooped into the room and involved in the vor sketchbook swap by accident. So like some helper elf from organizing the vor sketchbook swap was just giving them references and tips on how to draw the vor and what to do for it after they had just like randomly stumbled into the room. And at one point they're looking over at us and being like, they're doing normal drawing, why can't I do normal drawing? Before they're handed another new ref and asked, so do you know about C-vor? With the C standing for a certain thing.
That poor person. What the hell is this situation? The Yakuza side story music has never been more appropriate than for this part of this story.
That person was having a time. They didn't know what they got themselves into.
Why did they do that to that poor person? Yeah, so apparently
they seem to be enjoying it and very confused.
Yeah, like they didn't leave. So obviously
they weren't like forced there as far as I'm concerned. I didn't look over. They might have been like cuffed to the table. Who knows?
Love that we still have the Germa on screen for this. I ended up just closing Power Wash Simulator. That's not happening. But yeah, it was... Vor was hot this year. Because...
The Vor room was crazy from what we heard. Like, it was a max capacity of 750 for the Vor panel, and there we had to turn away tons of people. Because the room was full.
Yeah. Yeah, Cult went to that, and apparently it was just crazy. There was another panel that had just let out, that was letting out, like, it was the same room that the Vor panel was going to be in, and the people in the previous panel could not leave because the hallway was so crowded from people there for the Vor panel. Oh, Burke was in the panel that was there before the Vor panel. Oh, it was a Vor meetup. Okay.
That's the same.
I, like, never go to panels and stuff, but there was a content creator meetup that I probably should have gone to.
That thing sounded like it was fucking packed.
Probably.
It seemed like it was fucking packed. I'm glad I got to randomly run into Whiskey Dingo and not try and go to one of the super crowded meetups.
Yeah.
People want to see the Twitch streamers.
Yeah, I would have liked to say hi to Whiskey, even though I don't frequent his streams. I love what Whiskey's got going on. More power to him. His energy's a lot.
He manages to wrangle content creators into doing a collab stream so often. That's crazy.
I can't imagine doing as many collabs as he does. Like, collab streams, just like having a lot of people on a stream is just too much for me.
Streamers never want to do anything. How do you get so many so often? That's crazy.
Like, I could probably be bullied into doing that kind of thing more often, but, like, trying to wrangle people to do that kind of thing, and then, like, doing it? That's a lot. Gotta collab your way to the top of Twitch. Look, if I wanted to make my numbers go up, I would just play Lethal Company.
This dude hates Lethal Company.
I don't want to play Lethal Company!
Got too good of vibes. Get it out of here. It's just Chaos Mario vibes. It's just the same.
It's not.
Something fucked up happens to you and you go, ah! And you're good.
More like Scream Company. Because everybody be yelling. Pikmin, but you play as the Pikmin.
I saw someone posting about about making a mod where you can use your VRM in Lethal Company.
That seems awful.
I'm fucking done for if that happens. I'll be Contio in Lethal Company.
Oh, using VR Avatar. Oh, I thought you were saying like
.vrm is the file type for
okay.
Face. So I would shove my boy into Lethal Company. Lethal Contio Company.
Damn. That would be pretty fun. I still need to try and arrange for the thing.
Ah yes, the thing.
The thing that I want to try and wrangle people together to play. I want... There's a thing. that I want to stream.
First place medal for once. I've been stuck with the second place medal for 5,000 years.
Yeah, we do need to do another Mario race. But other than the Mario race, there's also the... I don't want to say it out loud, because it could be a fun surprise.
Wait, heads or tails? Let's flip a coin. One of us has to get to the gold.
Heads.
Flip a coin on Google. One of us is about to win it all. Or does it have to be a channel point bet to count?
Oh, it has to be channel points. Yeah.
Let's have people bet on if it's heads or tails.
No. We
Let's
can't
go, baby. Bet it all.
Okay, so...
They demand betting.
Maybe next Saturday I might be able to wrangle people for a thing. So... I guess I do need to do a competitive thing as well. I don't know what day I would do a competitive thing and then also do this thing, because there's also, like... I'm going to visit family for Christmas, so my schedule is just not completely open.
We can do it right here, right now. We just gotta see if it's heads or tails. If it's tails, I win.
So I do want to do another Mario co-op race thing, because those are always a lot of fun. But I guess building hype for it might be better than making it a surprise. I want to arrange an archipelago randomizer with folks. I want to have a bunch of my friends all together playing different games with randomizers going, and Archipelago is a multi-world randomizer where, like, the items from one game can show up in other games, except the games don't have to be the same game. So you can have one person playing Factorio and researching they finish a research in Factorio, and then the person playing Mario 64 gets the wing cap, or something like that. Or, like, someone playing Super Metroid gets a missile upgrade. It is... Yeah, no, Risk of Rain 2 is a game that is supported. Mario 64 is supported. Hang on. The game list was absurd. It was just, like, one of the wildest list of supported games that you could all, like, have going side by side. Stardew Valley, Subnautica, Super Mario 64, Slay the Spire, Sonic Adventure 2, StarCraft 2, Raft, Pokemon Red and Blue, Ocarina of Time, Mega Man Battle Network 3. It is ludicrous. Kingdom Hearts 2, Hylics 2. So, what I wanted to do was, like, get a pile of my friends together and we do one of these and just let the chaos ensue, because it seems like so much fun. Doom 1993, Adventure for the Atari 2600. Blasphemous, Final Fantasy 1, Hollow Knight, like, the game list is crazy. So this is something that I want to try and pull together. So, I mean, this is a thing that will happen at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen, because that does involve wrangling a bunch of folks together and getting it working and all that. And it would also probably end up being a kinda long stream. Hey now, mister, what are you doing over there? Oh no, he's muted.
I ain't done nothing. You can't prove shit.
But yeah, like that kind of thing. I'm excited to try and pull together an archipelago. It's probably not going to be like a ton of people. It's probably going to be mostly a core group of folks, but that does, like, the Mario things are a little easier to try and get just a complete avalanche of people involved in. So I also want to make that happen again. Mario may happen a little sooner than the archipelago, but I have no concrete plans for stuff at the moment, and there's a couple of things that I need to make sure of when they are happening, like when I am flying down to Florida, and when I am having a doctor appointment, and stuff like that. Orb! But yeah, there's fun stuff that I've got lined up to do over the next while. Was there anything else to talk about MFF? Our trip back was pretty smooth. Oh! There's another thing. We did some doodles for the housekeepers. This was left with some cash.
Yeah.
So, LawyerDog had started a tradition of we leave a little doodle each for the housekeepers.
Started it.
Did he?
I think he did.
No, we had to bully him into doing it.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Dang. It's fucked up.
But yeah, packing was a bit of a mess because one of the things that we packed was an air mattress. And trying to fit an air mattress into luggage can be a pain in the ass. And also trying to fit a million stickers and prints and plushes and shirts and all kinds of nonsense that we had purchased at the con.
The stickers took up so much room. It's pretty much the same as the air mattress.
It was mostly just like, how do we actually fit all of this stuff in a way that they will remain safe for, like, getting ourselves back home. You measured out your wheel suitcase. It's not as huge as you remember. I mean, you described it as being almost as tall as you are, and I know you're short, but you're not that short. Bought not that much and burned $400. Yeah, if I would be a lot less excited to see the damage in my bank account if I had not been spending, like, most of the money that I spent was cash that was given to me as repayment for... Well, Kat said that it was paying me back for the train and also being a cool streamer because he doesn't really do donations and stuff like that.
I must take care of a dog.
Okie dokie. Yeah, we ended up getting to the train station, like, way early because LawyerDog gets nervous about transportation problems, so we ended up getting to the train station, like, over an hour ahead of time. So we hung out in the Chicago train station for a while, and we were mostly just dozing off because conventions take a lot out of you. It's Contio Fuzzy. He took his dang shirt off. The hooligan. We also had a fursuiter wishing us farewell in the lobby of the Hyatt, which was fun. Yeah, oh, do I have a picture of the big-ass Christmas tree? I might. Yeah, the train station had a big-ass Christmas tree. That was very cool. I do have a picture. Okay, so then I extract it from here, put it in here, and then open it here. Wow! Big, cool Christmas tree. Yeah, on the train ride back, we managed to snag 2 tables. Like, it was, there were tables, like, it was 2 seats facing 2 seats, and then a table between them, and we got these tables, and I was, like, kind of thinking, like, oh, maybe we could play Magic on these tables, but the tables were kind of small, and they're supposed to have a little extension that you can pull out to, like, give you more surface area to work with, and they were not functional on either of the tables that we had claimed, and then we quickly realized that we were all just going to be fucking dozing for most of the time that we were on the ride back. But I did get a little bit of old school RuneScape going. I was catching some sharks. First day back is usually 2 hours of forcing yourself awake on Discord because you miss everyone, then crash for 14 hours. Yeah, I crashed in such a weird way that I immediately completely fucked up my sleep schedule so bad. Like, I was going to sleep at, like, midnight to 1 a.m. and waking up at, like, 9, 10 a.m. For, like, every day of MFF. And then I get back, and I, like, fall asleep for, like, 4... I was just gonna have a nap, and then I fell asleep for, like, 4 hours from, like, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then I was up until, like, 6. And then I just didn't wake up until, like, 5 p.m. the next day. And now my sleep schedule is I'm just sleeping in until, like, 5 p.m. every day. And it sucks.
Are you talking about how cool and good your sleep schedule is?
Yeah. I need to try and fix it, but it's hard, and I'm tired.
You successfully fixed it. You just broke it again immediately.
Yeah, I know. I need to fix it again. Fuck sleep schedule club. Yeah. And last night I was like, I'm just gonna take some melatonin and I'm gonna lay down and it's gonna be fine. But then I think the milk tea, the milk boba tea that I had yesterday kind of fucked up my stomach, and so I was up with tummy troubles until like 7 a.m. But the upside, I got a lot of progress in old school RuneScape League. So
that's what really matters.
It was not complete wasted time. I've also been working on getting through my Watch Later playlist on YouTube. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, gamer.
A&E, yeah, A&E is Eastern time zone, isn't it? I think it is.
I don't think they have time zones over there anymore.
Watch the rest of the H-Bomber Guy video. I don't think I'm gonna watch it at all.
It's not a video you need to watch.
Yeah.
Unless you think plagiarism is good, then maybe you need to watch it. Like, there's some relevant points made like 3.5 hours in, that I think is... Like, there's a good, like, 20-minute video like 3.5 hours in.
Yeah, Eastern time zone is an hour ahead of us, so we would lose an hour. It's gonna be a little rough. But yeah, it's looking forward to A&E. It'll be exciting. Hopefully, I'm a little
we
more.
Leave for it tomorrow. Gonna get there early. Get in line.
Hopefully, I'm gonna be a little more mentally prepared for it this time, because MFF, like I definitely did not do as much stuff as I wanted to do at MFF, but I still had a great time hanging out with my friends. Turns out you like seeing friends at con. Yeah, it's great. Excited for A&E, must not buy too much stuff. Yeah. Yeah, A&E is not that far away. I do need to be a little careful about how much I spend there. Especially because there's still a shirt that I wanted to buy from a booth at MFF that they were out. It was that the purple shirt with like the cats in the 90s, the purple overshirt with like cats and 90s patterns on it. It was really cool, but they were out of large and extra large. And I think medium.
That's basically all the sizes.
You don't gotta stop doing cons for 2 years just because you do 2 cons, but you should be conscious of how much money you're spending on stuff like that. Especially if you're buying $14 hot dog combos.
Well, Acker does get to skip out on one of the biggest expenses of a con by having a free room.
Yeah, LawyerDog is my hero for conventions. Cause I just stay in his room.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well,
Those rooms don't be cheap.
Oh no. There's a reason people shove 4 people into a room for cons.
Yeah. We did avoid the con crud. Yeah, none of us got the novel coronavirus. So
It's still novel to me, baby. I ain't never getting it.
Yeah, me and LawyerDog still have never gotten it. I don't think LawyerDog has either. I don't think Lago has either.
Probably not.
Need to give LawyerDog payment because he pointed out an extra bat. LawyerDog bought so many bats. They're really good bats, but he did get a bunch of them.
Each one was cuter than the last. I could not buy another one.
The only con crud
If I
you
had
got
seen
was
them in
sadness.
reverse order, I might have been safe. I might have only bought like 2 bats then instead of 3.
Instead of getting 3-hit comboed.
The last one being really big and fluffy and orange was devastating because I had no fucking chance.
I thought the big orange one was the first one you got, but...
No. I got a medium one and then a smaller one, and then I saw the bigger, the fluffy, the orange.
Right. Yeah, it's unclear if Teddy actually got it, but we were masking, baby. We were careful. We're not gonna be like all the everyone on furry Twitter after the fact, which was like, man, I thought I'd be fine without a mask, but now I have coronavirus and this sucks.
People unfortunately being like, I was wearing my mask at the start and then no one was wearing a mask, so I took it off and now I have coronavirus and I'm sad.
How could this possibly happen?
I have faced the consequences of my actions and I have regrets now.
Oopsie doodles. Like, the only time that we went mask off around other people was either we were inside or we were in our room specifically with a bunch of people we knew that were also consistently masking up. I appreciate that Test Pattern has just like a full ventilator mask that he will wear sometimes, but you can't fucking understand a single word he says while he's got that thing on. Made it out pretty lucky, had a rough scratchy throat for one day and then gone the next. Nice.
I will say, the mask really fucking sucks the first day, but I was just fine the next day.
I was struggling with the mask pretty bad all weekend, but I would rather have a bad time with a mask for a couple of days than get coronavirus.
I'm so full from moisturizer, yum.
I was surprised at how many people were not masking up this year, but it's not cool to mask up anymore. Unprepared for how powerful a dancer test is. Oh, did you go with the rave? Go to the rave with him? Most of your con was spent with the same small group. Nice. I mean, that's a good way to do it, is, like, you have a core crew of homies that you hang out with a bunch, and then, like, it's totally fine if you branch off and go do your own thing and then reconvene afterwards.
The real crowded places like Dealer's Den and Artist Alley and stuff is where you really need it, but
yeah.
I would rather just always wear the mask. It's just annoying to me to take it on and off all the time.
Yeah, well, we have the ones that, like, go around the head. I feel like it would probably be less annoying if we got the ones that go around the ears instead.
I think you're the only one that thinks that. It was funny you giving the mask to the one guy we were in line with, and you started trying to tell him that. He was like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? No, these are great.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the ones that go around the head, but it's been a while since I have worn one at the ears, so I would probably be more appreciative of the ones that go around the head these days.
Oh yeah, masks are fucking terrible with glasses.
Yeah, masks fucking suck with glasses so bad.
But
my tech is that I just wear my glasses far down my nose on the mask instead of, like, trying to push it right up so that they don't fog up anytime I take a fucking breath if it's anything less than, like, 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
I mean, when you're outside, that's when you need masks way less anyway.
Yeah, it still sucks. Yeah, it's worth it. Wearing the mask is worth it. It sucks, it's annoying, it feels bad, but it's worth it. Oh man, it was a lot. It was a good time, but it was a lot.
We're getting to go to the last holdout of requiring masks. Let's go A&E, baby.
Let's go A&E. Let's go low COVID rate. Had fun as your first furry con. Yeah.
A&E is gonna be where we get COVID, just as a funny prank.
The least likely place for us to end up with it. But yeah, that was like a... I think that kind of set my optimism level for MFF higher, was after we had finished going through the line and got our badges, someone asked me, hey, do you know where I could buy a mask? And I was like, I've got masks. And he's like, no, where do I buy one? And I'm like, no, I could give you one. I just have extras. And he's like, really? You just have extra? And I'm like, yes, absolutely. I am excited. I am exhilarated to be giving away these masks to people who will wear them. And they were very appreciative.
My secret sicko plan was to give masks to people that wanted stickers and didn't have a mask, but I gave up on that so quickly because it was like 10% of people wearing masks.
Yeah. And despite that, we managed to not get sick, so cool.
Yeah, it's cool to not get sick. I love it.
I love not having disease. Oh, goodness. So yeah, I think that just about covers our MFF experience. I got to show off my cool loot.
We got it all, baby.
Yeah.
We got animal.
I got a wizard cat with a wizard hat. Before everyone hits the bricks, because it is getting kind of late, upcoming streams. Today's Saturday, right? Monday. It's still Saturday for another 6 minutes. Great. Monday, I'm going to be doing Mario Wonder, probably the rest of Mario Wonder? Tuesday is more Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is going fantastic. I'm gonna finish up the go-kart racing and maybe do some business and maybe do some plot. And next Thursday, maybe more Cobalt Core? Folks are digging on Cobalt Core. That game rules and owns and is great, so I'm happy to play more of it. Oh, right, Acker went to Fogo de Chao. The last couple of MFFs that we went to Fogo, and it was great. The food's amazing, and I love doing it. This year, I was just not... I was not prepared for the meat faucet. Do it for your birthday at MFF every year.
Your
Damn.
birthday coincides with MFF. I fucking forgot.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday.
Wasn't ready for how weird but incredible the lamb was. Yeah, the first year that I went, I was like, I don't know if I like the lamb. And the person sitting next to me, who was like an acquaintance, we weren't a close friend, but the person sitting next to me was like, hey, no, you need to have the whole bite. Like, have it with the fat on. And I'm like, I don't really like just like big chunks of fat. And he's like, no, trust me. And then I did, and it was delicious.
Oh, happy on-time birthday.
Technically today. Ooh, happy birthday! Trying to think if there's anything else to cover before we wrap things up. I mean, it just...
I got something I need to cover. There we go.
Yeah, cover those up. What?
Damn.
I didn't wear my cat hat this year. Because
You got it right there on screen.
I have a cat hat, and it's gigantic, which is good because I have a lot of hair, but I didn't actually wear it at all this year.
Fake furry, not wearing ears.
I'm sorry. Alright, I'm also, like, getting super hungry because I didn't eat tacos because I was too sleepy. So
Too sleepy for tacos.
I need to... wrong one, there we go. Oh yeah, Digi is streaming Yakuza, so that's an easy raid target. We also got some notifications to go over. Thanks again to Lana for the resub, Monitor for the resub, Cult for the 100 bits, Dorimu Champion, Descent Hyena, the Theofo, Juniper Rob Bob, and Yuko Ian, all for the follows. And thanks to everyone for showing up and hanging out and chatting and all that good stuff. I hope you all had a good time just hanging out and chatting. It's fun to do this kind of stream every now and then, just talk about stuff. We're gonna go hang out with Digidoggy, who is playing Yakuza 0, and hopefully I will see you folks again on Monday for Mario Wonder. Anything else to say, LawyerDog?
I'm going to bed.
Rip in peace. Have a good one, everybody.